hello. Good morning. Or afternoon. The one thing I love about living on the West Coast is, the time difference, even though it's the best coast as well. But I always forget that by the time I'm saying good morning to you all, that it's already afternoon for a bunch of people. So there is that. Anywho, guys, as we get in, tap the screen, share the live, do all the wonderful things. Send your daily heart. Me, it's only one coin. It'll help boost the live and push us out to the FYP. Also, our daily gift goal is the little SpongeBob. I'm ready. If we could, can we please knock that out? If we can knock the daily gift goal out a couple of times, again, that'll help push us out to the FYP as well. Last but not least. Oh, sharing is cool, right? Sharing is cool, but also do the repost. Apparently the reposts really help as well. It's a good thing when we do the repost. So please do the repost. But that being said, if you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. We're only looking for some debates. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. We are only looking for some debates. With that being said, let's go.
You stepped in the box. Now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here. You better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts like lies, get left in chain. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Great stats will get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit.
Hey.
Step in if you dare. Truth hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. I don't care what you claim or your background. Facts only, if not, get clapped down. Whether you're left or right or you don't even vote. If your logic is weak, I'll sink your boat. You talk slick, but you ain't got source. Just vibes, that ain't power, that's force. I'm the test, the trap, the trip, the call. You slip once, I'm snatching it all. Yeah. Step in if you dare. You dare. Hit hard like a
Good morning, guys.
In the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no
Good morning.
Yeah. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. No. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Step in if you dare. You care. Get hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Yeah. This ain't a safe place.
Nope.
This is flame space. Step in, don't you wanna?
Oh, Kaku. Cool. Come up here and tell me about it, bud. Kaku, I'm going to mute you. Come up here and tell me about how Democrats are the enemy of the country. Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana. 101 debates with Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. We're only looking for some debates. Please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We are not looking to talk to friendlies. But what I am looking to do, it's where we are, right? This is where we are. Of course, everyone knows yesterday was Christmas and a lot of people celebrated. A lot of people don't celebrate. But around this time of year, right? This is what it's all about. Around this time of year, people like to gather, right? No matter if we're talking about Christmas, we're talking about, there was just Thanksgiving and all this other stuff. Regardless, New Year's is coming up. It's a bunch of holidays. And MAGA, Trump supporters, you guys have to be feeling the fallout. You have to be feeling the fallout, and you're not allowed to be around your friends and family because of your support of Donald Trump. And so what I want to talk about today is the fallout that they're still dealing with, and even more if you were around your friends and family and you had to justify your support of Donald Trump. Because I think Trump canceled Christmas for you, right? I think he canceled Christmas. I mean, we absolutely know about the Epstein survivors. And as more and more information starts to come out about Epstein, the more damning it is for Trump. Trump, greatest prez ever. Cool. I'm going to mute you and I'm going to send you a request. Come up here and tell me about it. Tell me why Donald Trump is the greatest prez ever. I would love to hear your voice. I don't think you'll do it, but you're welcome. We also know that the job numbers, because of Donald Trump, a lot of people are without jobs this year, right? I'm feeling great. Oh, okay. AI. Sure. Hey, AI, I'm going to mute you as well. Come up here and tell me about it, bub. Floor is yours. A lot of people are without jobs directly because of Donald Trump and his administration. We are YT are proud. All right, cool. You're saying white people are proud. I'm going to mute you as well. Come up here and tell me about it, bud. Looks like AI is kind of loading. Let's see if he loads in. I don't think he's going to load. I think he's going to end up bailing before he gets there. Oh, there we go. AI, how are you?
I am well.
Wonderful, wonderful. AI, are you a Trump supporter?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Hey, I got a couple of questions for you because it's the holidays and I want to know all about it. But before I do, really quick, if you don't mind, quick question, just super quick question. Do you know who I am?
Never heard of you.
Okay, cool. Listen, not a problem. AI, would you mind if I give you a quick introduction to who I am and what this is? Not just you, but everyone. Is that all right?
You're live, man.
Perfect. One moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald J. Trump, get in the box. We're only looking for some debates. Please do not request up. If you're not a Trump supporter, keep tapping the screen. If you are not a Trump supporter, let's get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Also, I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift to these little 1-cent gift goals that'll help push us out to the FYP. With that being said, AI, hey, did Trump cancel Christmas on you guys?
Me personally, no. I mean, everything went fine. We met with the fam, had a little pizza, open gifts. You know, it was nice.
And no one rejected you because of your support of Trump?
No, we don't talk about politics at, holidays. That will actually get you disinvited if you do that bullshit. We just don't allow that. We don't allow politics to get in the way of our family. I am, yeah.
Yeah, I can tell that's a Southern thing. I'm from South Carolina as well. And we used to very much be like that. Well, at least prior to 2016. Now, you got to know where they are. Hey, so you guys didn't even talk about the fact that Donald Trump on Christmas decided to engage in military strikes.
No.
Really?
No, we didn't talk about any of that, no.
Okay, that's wild. So how do you feel about Donald Trump, who claimed to be the president of peace, engaging in so many unpeaceful things, whether it's, the Epstein files, we could talk about the job market crash, we could talk about all the new wars. I mean, there's Venezuela, there's also what he did with Syria, and then now Nigeria. We can talk about the fact that he's harming kids in multiple ways. Or do you want to just talk about like how you're embracing a party full of hate?
We can talk about whatever you want, man. I'm okay with all that, though.
Sure.
It's fine.
I want to talk about Donald Trump and him starting wars. How do you feel about that? Because, again, he said he was going to be the president of peace, but yet he's posturing for wars across the board. I thought the whole point of the people on the right didn't want America to be the police of the world, but Donald Trump, for some reason, thinks that he needs to spread our military across the globe. What's the deal with that?
Well, he's certainly spreading boom booms across the globe. I don't see him. Sorry, there's a helicopter coming over.
Yeah, no worries.
I apologize. You know, I don't see him really spreading the military. The only thing I've seen is like a blockade against Venezuela. That's about it. You got a few troops in Syria. Not sure what they're there for, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, but the actual strikes that he's engaging in across the board, which is going to lead to more defensive measure or offensive measure, speaks to the
prediction.
I'm sorry?
So you're making a prediction?
No, I mean, I'm going based off of what we've seen so far.
Literally are. You said which is going to lead to, that is a prediction.
No. Okay, let me say it again so you know I'm very definitive with my words. The current amount of military engagement that has the Trump administration has taken has spread our military forces across the board in multiple ways. Whether we talk about the blockade and the 15,000 plus troops that are off the coast of Venezuela, whether we talk about the military strikes in Syria, or we talk about the military strikes that occurred in Nigeria yesterday, implementing our military in multiple different areas is spreading it thin. See, that's the spread part.
Nigeria, we coordinated with the Nigerian government to get those strikes done. So the Nigerian government was fully on board with that. As far as Venezuela goes. Wait,
no. Don't skate past the Nigerian one. Says who? Who said that we coordinated with the Nigerian government?
I read it on the news.
Okay. Let's take a look. What news? You said you read it on the news?
Yeah, I read a news article about it.
What news article?
I can't remember. Whatever popped up on my Google feed.
Okay, you don't remember who published it at all? Like, you don't even have to know the name of the article if you remember what.
I'm just saying that's what I've read. That's all.
Okay, but specifically where? Because I haven't seen anything about us actually coordinating with the Nigerian government for the strikes. I'm sorry, I can't hear you when I'm still finishing my sentence and you start speaking. Say it one more time.
I said specifically, I don't know.
Okay.
I just said I read it on the news, on an article.
You read it on the news on our so I mean I would love to be able to validate that, but I because I haven't seen that anywhere.
I understand that, but I don't know why anybody would be okay. I mean, I don't know why anybody would be against, terrorists being, struck down. That's okay with me.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's okay because, if there were, I'm sorry, say it again.
Venezuela is a narco state. I'm okay with stealing their oil. That's fine too.
Okay. All right. Hold tight 1 second. Let me say what I got to say, because now you're trying to move on to Venezuela and I want to wrap this up with Nigeria. As far as Nigeria, there has been no reports that it was actually listed, it's in coordinated with, MSNBC said it this morning. Let's take a look. The Washington Post has a article about it. All right, so I'm looking at the Washington Post and conducted multiple strikes. U.S. Africa Command said multiple people were Islamic terrorists and bordering Nigeria, violent extremists. Merry Christmas to all, including the unalived terrorists. Whoa, did Trump really say that shit? Holy fuck. Merry Christmas to all, including the unalived terrorists, of which there will be many more if the slaughter of Christians continue. Holy fuck.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So I do see here that they're saying that the Pentagon said that Thursday the Nigerian government approved strikes and work with the United States to carry them out. I would love to see. Let's see. Nigerian Foreign Affairs Minister told this country provided. Okay. So yeah, it looks like they did. It says they provided the actual information to U.S. intelligence for the strikes, and they had spoken with Marco Rubio twice before the actual strikes, which included a call that lasted 19 minutes. Okay. All right. So that's fair. At least he is coordinating with some type of government prior to that. Still, my point holds as far as the distribution of the military and the offensive actions. I guess the heart of what I'm trying to get to, AI, and really just trying to understand, are we going to be the police of the world or not? Like, where's your stance? Because again, I've been told prior to this that we do too much. And now I'm being told that, like, oh, all of this is perfectly fine. So which one is it?
I don't care. That's my stance.
You don't care?
If we boom terrorists, I'm great. If we don't, that's fine. It literally does not affect my life in any way.
Really?
Who cares?
Do you have kids?
I mean, you're so damn concerned. How does it affect your life?
War? Like, yeah, war affects
like directly, like you wake up and you say, oh no, some terrorists in Nigeria are 6 feet under. Oh no, that like hurts your feelings or something.
I think that if you take it in like a vacuum, right, and you sit there and say that, oh,
on your life at all.
Hey, AI, you asked me a question. I'm sitting here trying to answer it. Are you gonna let me answer, or was that a rhetorical question?
Oh, please.
No, was it a rhetorical? Okay, got it. So the point that I was trying to make is if you take it within a vacuum, right, and you sit here and say, well, this one-off event is occurring and there's no repercussions, right? I mean, I hear you. But if you take a look at the total, the sum of all parts, and that's why I keep speaking to multiple things that are happening across the board, Donald Trump is endangering United States citizens domestically and abroad with his actual military action. And when you come to our men and women in uniform, I support our troops, and I think about our troops daily because it's something that I could never do, right? I would never be willing to put my life on the line and protect other people the way that our troops do. And Donald Trump is directly endangering them by escalating conflicts across the board. Now, while I do understand the retaliation strikes when it comes to Syria, the posturing for war in Venezuela, and then the proactive strikes in Nigeria, if you take a look at the actual issues that are occurring in Nigeria, it's not Christians being actually targeted. It's multiple people across the board. My point being is that Donald Trump is putting American citizens in danger domestically and abroad.
Well, your opinion is noted for the record, sir.
Okay. Anyway, now we can talk about Venezuela. So you're saying that Venezuela is a narco state and you are good with the actual actions that are occurring there. Just FYI, while talking about Venezuela, please don't say the name of any D-rugs, because if you say the actual name, I would have to kick you. So you can say like F drug or M drug or things like that, okay?
All right.
All right. Go ahead and tell me more about your thoughts.
It's a narco state. Fuck them. Steal their oil, take their money, blow up their boats. I'm cool with it.
Thank you for the cake. How do you feel about immigration coming into the country?
Oh, I think it's cool now. I mean, you know, we got it under control finally.
No. Well, we don't. But I mean, are you good with more immigration coming into the country? The reason why I asked that question is because with the destabilization of countries, which, you know, the United States often does, but with the destabilization of countries, we're going to see more immigration coming from those countries that the United States is actively destabilizing. So we saw this in Trump's first administration with actions taken towards Venezuela. So I just want to make sure if you are on board with, you know, overthrowing their governmental system, stealing their oil, all this other stuff, you are willing, ready, and prepared for the mass exodus of immigrants coming from Venezuela and flooding into the U.S. because, you know,
is there a mass exodus from Venezuela coming to America? Is that a thing that's happening?
No, I'm saying, are you okay with that? It happened the first time. It happened the first time.
We have active forces against Venezuela right now.
Mhm.
So right now, is there a mass exodus from Venezuela?
It happened the first Trump administration. And again, you're creating refugees while we have been striking boats.
It's not happening right now.
Listen to this, AI. While we are striking boats, we are talking about striking land strike. Did he just run? Holy fuck, disingenuous POS. You know what this is the new thing that I'm starting to notice about MAGA, which is super fucking disingenuous. And I know for a fact that it's coming from like whatever MAGA updates that they get. Their new thing is it happening now? It used to be like, well, we just have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. But they shifted the goalpost to, is it happening now? And that's such a weird fucking thing.
You're the pivot king. You're queen, Queen Slayer.
I hear you. Hey, Bub, what's your name?
You can call me Priv or Lux Max. But what did you pivot? I'm gonna
call you Timmy. All right, Timmy. I need you to lock in and focus. I know you're so fascinated by the other guests, but I need to talk to you now. So the last conversation, fuck that. It's me and you right now, Timmy. Timmy, lock in for a second. Timmy, were you able to spend time with your family?
Hell yeah, man. I got hella gifts. I also gave hella gifts too. So I got a family. Did you?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
Stop it. You know for a fact your family rejected you over the holidays. Stop it.
Fuck?
You didn't get anything. What did your parents get you?
So my mom got me a graphics card because I need it, and my dad.
Wait, hold on, just to verify, how old are you for TikTok purposes?
I'm almost 20. February 6, 2006.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
So yeah, I got gifts, but why did you keep pivoting though? That was funny, low key.
How did I keep pivoting?
Yeah, like you went from Venezuela to immigration, then you went from the strikes in Nigeria, then a lot of pivoting.
Oh, you don't understand building an argument. Yeah. Okay, no, don't worry, I got you. So when you have an actual argument and a premise, right? So I have bullet points, and like this one says, all new wars, right? And so in order to actually, build my case for my bullet point, I lay out multiple factors that actually lead up to the new wars, right? And I'm talking about the conflicts in Venezuela, the conflicts in Nigeria, the conflicts in Syria. And then I'm also talking about the implications for engaging in these actual conflicts, which includes immigration, increased immigration from destabilized countries. So it's like building a cake, right? You have recipes, you have different things. And so to the untrained mind or simpletons, you may think that you're pivoting, but for anyone that actually knows what's happening, you're laying out the case of all the factors so you can build it all together and say like, hey, look at all these things. You put all these things together. This is bad. So that's how it works.
Yeah, but you said that, we intervene in other countries and what's the word that they use?
I'm sorry, say it again. What did you say?
You said that, we infiltrate into countries and like just
overthrow governments.
No, you said something like that has to do with immigration, right? I don't remember.
Yeah, we destabilize countries.
Yeah, destabilize. And but like, why does that matter to our immigration system? Are you saying that our immigration system is broken apart or something? Because
no. What I'm saying is when you destabilize a country and you make the country worse, people leave the country. And the people that are like south of us, right, when their countries are destabilized, they leave their country and they try to head towards the US to find a more stable life.
So do you agree that, we should have an immigration system that doesn't let everyone in the country and we should have a limit, right?
No.
So do you think we should just let in everyone?
Yeah, within limits. I mean, like, honestly, I don't really give a shit about a border, but if we're going to do immigration, then yeah, I mean, I'm good with letting everyone in as long as we can, background check them. So
yeah, so if you're fine with, people infiltrating our country, why aren't you fine with us infiltrating, substance smugglers from Venezuela and from other parts like, Nigeria, those people that pew Christians, all those things. So What's the
Yeah,
problem?
as far as people coming into the U.S., I'm good with them coming to the U.S. because people are traveling to try to find a better life,
Mhm.
right? And as far as us going into other countries, like it would be different if United States citizens were trying to head into Venezuela, but that's not the case. It's the United States government trying to destabilize Venezuela in order to gain access to their oil. So those are two different things.
So are you America first, or are you like, other countries first? Like, do you put America first above everything, or no?
No, I'm neither one. I'm Americans first. I care about
Okay.
American people. I don't care about the country. The governmental society as a whole, in my opinion, has failed American people. And we quite literally have to uphold and push each other forward. And we have to do things to protect each other because the United States government does not do so. And so, I mean, when you talk about the actual government, the system, I don't care about the governmental system at all.
Yeah, but if we didn't have a governmental system, I think democracy would, tear apart, and we would not have laws anymore. We wouldn't be a country of laws, right? And we do have laws.
We're already not a country of laws.
And the thing with Venezuela,
how are we a country of laws?
Oil is in our best.
No. Hey, Timmy, how are we a country of laws?
Because we're a country of laws, because you cannot just go anywhere and start taking things, or start taking lives. Like, we're a country of laws.
That's literally what we do.
If you commit a crime,
wait, no, Timmy, that's literally what we do.
You do that?
No, the country. Yes, the country. Literally, the United States goes places, takes things, takes lives, takes people. Like, literally, that's what this country does.
So are you referring to Nigeria and the Caribbean boats?
I'm talking about the country as a whole. And we sit here and we say, well, excuse me. Sorry, 1 second. We talk about, we sit here and say, oh, we're a country, we're spreading democracy, we're spreading freedom, we're spreading this, that, and the third. And then we go into other countries and we strip them of their natural resources, and we take their technology and we destabilize their countries, and we leave them for dead or unalive, and then we keep moving. So our country does that as a whole.
Yeah, but I was talking about, inside the country. Everyone follows laws.
We don't have laws inside the country. I mean, we have a 34 count felon as a president. You guys don't care about laws.
But now you're talking about a private citizen. I'm talking overall. We have laws, right? That if you commit a crime, if you take someone's life, you will pay. You know what I mean?
Not
we have
always.
laws. If we didn't have laws, we would have like a pandemic of mass killers, or whatever you want to call them.
Mass unalivers. Yeah, like I think the point that you're missing is just because we have laws in the country, one, does not mean that all the laws apply to everyone, and two, not all laws are just. All right, so like those are the two different factors. You can talk about cases where people literally, whether it's unaliving someone or graping someone or whatever the case may be, and there's situations where they get off, or there are situations where you talk about laws that are broken, that are misdemeanors, like crossing the border, that aren't really like a big deal. So there's a lot of differences. And you, even when you talk about laws, you can talk about the law of the land, the Constitution. You can't really talk about this country being a country of laws and say that you support Donald Trump at the same time, because he completely contradicts the idea of law and order.
Well, I mean, technically, anyone that commits a crime, even a person in prison, can become a president, right? And that's that's a problem that we have in the system. I cannot argue with what you're saying, because if he commits a crime, even Epstein, he could have been the president, right? I mean, am I wrong? I'm not, right?
He pretty much is the president right now, but anyway.
Yeah. So with immigration, like, you have to imagine the bigger picture, right? You have to think about what immigration is. Immigration, if you're going through, a port of entrance, there isn't a problem. But if you're like coming in here illegally without vetting process, you are a threat to national security, because we don't have border security. We don't know what's coming in through the border illegally, correct? Or do you agree with unvetting immigration?
What is unvetting immigration?
like people that don't go through the process and get their background checks and
I don't think that's what you meant to say, but anyway, okay, got it. Do you know what asylum is?
Yeah, asylum is. Yeah, I understand what asylum is. Yeah.
What's asylum?
Asylum is when someone claims legal, I think, aid from this country because they are in danger in their home country.
Sort of, kind of close, but one second. Let me say thank you really quick, and then I'll break this down a little bit more. W's in the chat for Trish. Trish sent a $10 donation saying, "My dad became a MAGA, and this is the first holiday it was." This is the first holiday it wasn't consistent comments about Trump from him. Only a couple about RFK, the man who ran with the Dems. I see the drift with MAGA. We need to keep cooking more about this administration. Absolutely. Like, I'm happy to hear that, your dad's moving away from it. I think this is a large thing for a lot of people. And so I'm not shocked. There's going to be more stories like that. W's in the chat for Trish. Trisha, thank you so much for the $10. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted, anything's appreciated. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. All right. Hey, Timmy, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I was just
were you going to look up asylum?
No, I was looking up if people can claim asylum without a legal entry, but within a year.
Yep. That's exactly. I'm so happy that you looked that up, good, because that's exactly where I was going. When seeking asylum, you don't have to go through ports of entry. Just got to get into the country, right? And once you're into the country, you have up to 365 days to claim asylum, and then you can move forward. So with that being said, I mean, even your premise as far as like getting into the country is false. Like the one thing that I love to tell people, Tim, do you know how much New Year's is coming up and people are only shooting off fireworks everywhere, right? And including in the city. Do you know how much a fine, the average fine is within the United States for shooting off fireworks within the city limit?
I would say something, not crazy, something like $500.
Over double that. Look at the fireworks. W's in the chat. Thank you for that.
Fine her.
W's in the chat for Dolphin. Over double that. So like $1,100. $1,100 is the fine for shooting off fireworks within city limit. Do you know how much the fine is for coming across the border undocumented?
It should be something, but I would say zero because I have never seen someone.
No, it's more than that. It's actually $250.
That's a fine.
Yeah. So because it's a misdemeanor. That's the point that I'm trying to make. People sit here and they harp on the actual, border crossing and all this other stuff. But the country that we live in, the law and order, the laws that you talk about put more of an emphasis on fireworks within the city limit than they do people coming into the country.
And that's how you can see that the system is broken, because when you guys had the power to change the immigration system, you guys could have, a lot of these people that have been in this country for 20 plus years, they deserve a, safe way to citizenship, right? A pathway. But who stopped that from happening? The Barack Obama could have done that. Like,
who was the last president to put up a bipartisan legislation for a border bill?
I think Sleepy Joe.
Joseph Robinette Biden. And what happened to that legislation?
I would imagine that the Republicans rejected because they were not in power, right? But
what's so interesting about that is who actually drafted that legislation? Do you know?
Are you going to say Kamala?
No.
Who was that?
It was Republicans. Republicans literally created the last piece of bipartisan legislation for the border. And it was designed by Republicans. It was co-sponsored. It was an agreement between Republicans and Democrats on the border. And then when it got time to vote for it, Donald Trump sent his minions out and told them don't vote for it because he was going to if he wins, then they would be able to actually have a bill that was even tougher and stronger that they wanted to craft. And so Donald Trump got them not to vote for that piece of legislation, even though the Democratic Party was agreeing to actually be able to, pass that piece of legislation. So when you talk about the need to address the border and address like immigration and things like that, the Democratic Party has tried to do that. The Republican Party, who's been in power ever since, has not even brought it up one time.
So why couldn't Barack Obama fix it? Because he could have helped a lot of people. The only thing that I remember that Barack Obama did was DACA, which, as a migrant, as a legal migrant, I think if I was illegal, that would have been, life changing.
Yeah. Well, as far as Barack Obama, it's weird that you're going all the way back to Barack Obama, because since Barack Obama's been president, we've had Donald Trump as president and we've had Joe Biden as president. So help me, before I even talk about this, help me understand, why are you going all the way back to Obama when I just told you about Joe Biden putting up a piece of legislation which would have addressed immigration? Yeah. And you're like completely skipping the fact that I told you Donald Trump told his people to not vote for that legislation, and they were going to put in new legislation when they got in office, and they haven't done that. But also, before Joe Biden, Donald Trump was in power and he could have did something then. So why are you trying to go all the way back to Obama? That one doesn't even make sense to me.
Because I could go even way back, but immigration.
But why?
Okay, because immigration has been, and you know this, and you would hopefully agree with me that immigration has been a problem in this country for the past 50 more than 50
that's
years.
Fine, but what I'm saying is less than 2 years ago, we had someone trying to actually resolve the immigration issue. So why are you going all the way back to when Obama was president, when Joe Biden, the Biden-Harris administration, tried to address it, and Donald Trump said, don't do it. And he said that he was going to do something if they gain power. They have power. He hasn't done anything. So why aren't we talking about why Donald Trump has yet to actually put together any type of border legislation?
With Kamala, I feel like she didn't speak on it as much, because I heard her campaign.
Why are you talking about Kamala?
Because she was running on
Yeah, I don't care about that. I'm talking about the person that's in power. I'm so confused what's happening right now. Why are you talking about other hypotheticals? Why are you talking about other past minute? Why aren't we talking about Donald Trump today?
Well, Donald Trump, what he's doing, right? I feel like he's a president that's enforcing immigration, right? And
how
he knows that people, listen, the people that have asylum can't get deported, right? I've seen people, with asylum claims that legally you cannot get deported. He's only deporting people that are.
That's not true. He's deporting everyone. Like literally, Donald Trump is picking people up at their court hearings and deporting them.
Because they're final court hearings. Mm-hmm. That's what I heard, dude, from a lot of.
Did you look it up?
Yeah, I saw it from a lot of sources, but
okay, that was what's one source that you saw it from?
Can I find it? Give me
sure.
5 seconds.
Go ahead and find it. Sure, take a moment, guys. W's in the chat for Samantha. Samantha sent a $5 donation saying, "If this man thinks that that we are a country of law and justice, he should work with prosecutors' office for a day. 3 years as a felony victim advocate almost unalive me. It's hard to watch survivors of DVSA, even loved ones who murder victims, be failed every day." Exactly. The actual system that we live in is one that is often laced with failures, period. W's in the chat for Sean. Sean sent a $5 super chat to say, during Obama term, the GOP shut down their own immigration reform plan. That's a fact. Once again, MAGA's talking about things they don't know about. Exactly. Guys, W's in the chat for the donors. If anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted, anything's appreciated. If you're over on the YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Hi, are you a Trump supporter? Petra? All right, I'm going to drop you down. Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. While Timmy is getting some more information, we're going to bring some backup in. Dark and Mysterious, are you a Trump supporter?
Hey, what's up? Yeah.
All right, perfect. Hey, so we got Timmy below you, and he's looking for like some sources. And Timmy, just FYI, you have to swipe back in every once in a while. Okay, perfect. One moment. Dark and Mysterious, were you able to spend time with your family over the holidays?
Yeah.
They didn't reject you?
No, heck no.
Why are you always
Timmy, I'm going to mute you. No, stop it. Sorry, Dark. Timmy has impulse control sometimes, control issues sometimes. All right. So, did you guys talk about like what was happening? Hey, thank you for the sway.
Yeah. Actually, we did.
Really?
Have you even heard about Stacey Plaskett?
Who is Stacey Plaskett?
I had a feeling you didn't even know.
You're cutting
it
out.
was so she's a
cutting out.
Congressman from the Virgin
Wait, can you
Islands.
hear me?
Oh,
her. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
can you hear me?
connected with the Epstein files. Yeah. I know
So
who she is.
she's a Democratic congresswoman.
Yeah,
from
she was
the Virgin Islands, and we have her on record.
Yeah, she was texting back and forth in connection with Epstein for questions.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
he was basically coaching her on what to say during a hearing. It's probably one of the most damning things we have evidence for from the Epstein files. And it kind of just shows that
more damning
Democrats
than
are
witness
controlled
testimony
by
of Donald Trump
Epstein.
being. Wait, hold on, Dark. More damning than
This
Donald
is something
Trump
that we
being,
have literal.
Hold on.
We have multiple forms of proof, right?
Sure,
we
that's
have
fine, but
timestamps. We have text messages.
More damning than actual witness testimony, sworn witness testimony of Donald Trump being there while a baby was thrown in Lake Michigan. More damning than that one?
Yeah, because this one we have actual evidence. We don't have we're not taking the evidence from what somebody said. We have actual text messages that are linking what somebody said about her. But like we are able to prove that it's actually true, right? It's not just based off of what one person said, right?
So just to make sure I have this clear, you're big.
So we have people saying that she's texting Epstein doing this stuff, right? But we don't have evidence. But with Stacey Plaskett, we have text messages, we have documents, we have video evidence of what she says when she says it, when the texts are sent. We have
cutting in and
proof.
out.
It's not just a witness.
Dark. Can you hear me? All right. I don't know if you're on Wi-Fi or not on Wi-Fi or whatever, but you're cutting in and out.
No, I'm not on Wi-Fi. Maybe I'm just in a bad spot.
Yeah, you keep cutting in and out. Okay. I'm trying to understand. Are you saying that with Stacey Plaskett or whatever her name is, that we should be mad, or what's your point with that?
Yeah. Basically, it shows that Democrats are controlled by these rich pedophiles, and behind the scenes, they're running everything for Democrats.
Oh, okay. So you're saying wait. So your premise is one member of Congress who was actively communicating,
being coached on what to say.
With Epstein in order to actually grill out the truth about what was going on.
That I think party. It was about. That and about 80% of Epstein's donations went to Democrats. I mean, there's multiple things.
That's literally not true. That part's not true. 80%, no, that's literally not true.
Look, it says, I think the problem that you're missing, it said about 80% of donations went to Democrats.
Let me know where I can find that, Dark. Let me know exactly.
Google it real quick.
Google what?
Okay.
Google what?
All right.
Yeah. And Dark, as you go off, Timmy, come back.
Yo, I'm back. I found the source.
Okay.
So it's, I have it here. 1 second. www.washingtonpost.com and migration to, like, it's so long. I don't think I can copy paste it.
No, I just need you to tell me the name and I can pull it up.
Oh, okay, wait. It's immigration court arrest. That's the name.
Okay, immigration court arrest. Okay. All right. So your premise from this Washington Post article is that Donald Trump is not arresting asylum seekers. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he's only arresting non-citizens.
Okay. Help me, because when I looked that up, I see. I don't see, and you're sure the title says Washington? It's the Washington Post, and the title says immigration court arrest.
Yeah, and it says immigration court arrest, ICE Trump. That's what it says.
ICE Trump?
Yeah. It's weird because it has like, you know, those like little lines. I forgot the name.
Okay, because even when I look it up, I see the most recent article is from December the 4th. Says most immigrants arrested in DC in Trump's DC crackdown had, and if I click on it, had no criminal record. That's what that one says. One says immigration arrest at courthouse signals new tactics in Trump deportation push. The next one says appeals court bars immigration stopped by race. So like, I don't see the article that you're referring to. I see like multiple articles that are like in different time periods, but I don't see what you're talking about. And it's Washington Post, right?
So the percentage is actually 80 to 90% of his donations went to Democrats.
Dark, hold tight 1 second. I'll come right back to you. I'm just trying to verify this with Timmy.
Okay.
Guys, while he verifies the source, keep tapping the screen, share the live. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 100,000 likes. Let's get the likes up to 100,000 likes. Also, can we knock out the finger hearts? That's the daily gift goal. Can we please knock out the finger hearts? Also, last but not least, if you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald J. Trump, get in the box. We are only looking for some only looking for some debates. Please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We're not talking to friendlies, but if you like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. Yeah, he ran. All right, you
can look up a CNBC article on this, and it'll review all the documents that we have and all the political figures that he's donated to from 1989 to 2003.
Article?
CNBC. Let me look at the exact name. It says Democratic groups will not commit to returning Epstein's donations. And it goes over about how all the different political affiliations he's donated money to. And it says it's about 80 to 90% of his donations went to Democrats.
Okay, so CSNBC?
Yes.
You mean MSNBC or CBS? Which one?
I said it just a second.
You're breaking up again.
CNBC. You got that?
Your signal's really bad. It's really bad.
Okay. Well, let me try cutting Wi-Fi on. Is that any better? Can you hear me? CNBC.
Oh, yeah. CNBC. What's the title?
Yes, Democrats refused to return. It was like they refused to return donations made from Epstein. They refused to return the donations that were made from Epstein, and then it breaks down all the different donations that he's made from 1989 to 2003, I think. And it shows that 80 to 90% of his donations went to the Democratic Party. It'll break it all down.
Committees decline to say whether they will donate or give back Jeffrey Epstein contributions. Right. Epstein gave $80,000 to the DNC and Democratic senator campaign starting in the 90s.
Yep.
All right, so 80,000. 80,000 is the number.
No. That was just a starting number, I think. The number is like 100. It's in the 100,000s, I'm pretty sure. It's like 139,000. You'll see it in the article if you keep going.
Okay, I'm scrolling.
It'll tell you the total, and then it'll give you a percentage on how much he donated to Democrats. 80 to 90%.
Charitable organization refund only a fraction.
Yeah, I said 80 to 90% for the people in the comments. Yeah, that's what the article says. That's what we got from the document.
Where does it say 80 to 90%?
Share your screen. Share your screen. I can help you find it.
I'm looking at my actual desktop. If you just
flip your camera, then I can help you. I can't really explain where to find it because I'm not
that's
seeing
fine.
what you're looking
I'm not
at.
gonna. I have a whole setup. In order to take my phone off, it would be a whole thing. So I'm gonna do that. All right, I'll just keep scrolling down because I see a lot of different things. Epstein gave 80,000 through the 90s. Chuck Schumer
it's a long article. He donated a lot to Democrats.
Yeah, but it also
and they are refusing to return that money, which is kind of crazy to me. But I mean, I don't blame them, I guess, because it's money at this point. And he's dead. But it's kind of weird that they accepted his money and they're keeping it like that.
Yeah, but I'm seeing here that even the RNC, it says here at the bottom in the quarter FEC records show that the RNC saw almost $245,000 added. The National Republican Senator Committee affirmed the joint fundraising group, NRSC, Victoria combined and saw 290,000. So like they're saying, even with maybe
that was part of the 10%. Yeah. Yeah, about 10% of it went to Republicans. The other 80 to 90% went to Democrats.
Yeah, I don't see 80 to 90%. I do see the numbers though.
That's
see
crazy,
that like.
Man. How are you not seeing it?
I mean, I'm scrolling through the entire article.
If you turn your camera around,
I'm not going to turn my camera around because, again,
I don't blame you for not wanting to show everybody. But
listen, but all you have to do is tell me where it's at in this article. I just told you my phone is hooked up.
I can't see what you're looking at right now.
And then swipe out, go to the article where you were just looking, and then come
turn
back
your
and say,
camera around, and then we can all see it. And you can show all the guests.
Listen, why did I say I'm not going to actually disconnect?
Because you don't want anybody in the chat to see what you're looking at.
Fucking stupid. The point that I made is that I have my phone connected to a tripod. It's a whole setup. If I took it down, it would be more trouble than it's worth. So the only thing that you have to do is swipe out, look at the article, and come back. Come back and say, hey,
I can't.
Looked at the article. It's in the third paragraph, and the third paragraph is where it says 80 to 90%. Otherwise,
I can't. Otherwise, I can't read the article for you,
sit quietly. Just sit quietly. You don't need to read You don't need to read the article. All you have to do is tell me where you're seeing this 80 to 90%.
That's why I'm saying turn your camera around, share your screen. I can help you find
all you have to do is go grab it. Okay. Stop talking then. Just stop. I'll read the entire thing. Or you know what? Hold on. You know what? Fuck it. Control F. Why? I'm tripping. Control F. It says 80%. That's what you said.
Yeah, that's a good idea. 80 to 90%. 80 to
90%. Okay.
80 to 90%.
Let's see. I hit a Control F and I just did 80, right? Because I'm trying to ensure that I can actually find it. I just did 80, and there's two things in this article for 80. The first one is at the top with key points. It says Epstein gave more than 80,000 to the DNC committee, blah, 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 blah. And the second point with 80 says Epstein gave at least 80,000 combined to the DNC. That's where it talks more about it. If I type in 80%, there's nothing. There's nothing.
Maybe you were on the wrong
nothing in the article. If let's do 90, how about 90? 90. Okay. So the first thing is, again, in that same first key bullet point.
Okay, what's the title of this article? I guess
you just gave me the title to the article.
What's the title you have? Because I have a feeling you're on the wrong one.
You gave this one to me.
What's the title? What's the title?
CNBC Democrat fundraising committees decline to say whether they will donate or give back Jeffrey Epstein contributions. That's the one that you gave me.
It says Democratic groups will not commit to returning. Returning funds from Epstein. So you're kind of on the right track.
This article.
You got the first part of what I said, right? But you didn't get the whole article. But this
literally
is
gave me this
very
article.
widely accessible information. You can literally just Google it and it'll pull it up for you.
Give me the title again. Since now you're giving me a different title. Give me the title again.
Democratic groups will not commit to returning donated Epstein funds. Type that out. This time, don't just take half of it. You got to do the whole thing.
I didn't take half of shit. Okay. I typed exactly what you said last time.
I don't think you did, but because we were on different articles.
CNBC, Democrat group, Democrats. What's the exact word?
Democratic groups.
Got it. Democratic groups will not commit to returning donated Epstein funds. That's what you said, right?
Yes.
Okay. And as soon as I do that, the first article that comes up is the article that I was just on. Democratic groups will not commit to returning Epstein. Like that's the first. It's literally the first thing it says. No, stop. Democratic.
That's literally not the same thing you read to me 5 seconds ago.
Democratic groups will not commit to returning donated. That's what it says. And then I click on the link. And then it comes up, it says Democratic fundraising committees decline to say whether Epstein donations or will give or donate or give back Jeffrey Epstein contributions. So when you click on that link, that's where it takes you.
Okay, I can't really break it down any easier. Can I send the article somehow? Am I able to send you?
Just stop talking. You know what? It's fine. I'll do it. Yeah. I'll do it. I will fucking do it.
A quick Google search. Anybody.
I need you to stop talking. Just stop talking for a minute. I'll do it.
I'm sure there's multiple articles.
Hey, stop talking. So let's see.
Just everybody, I'm free.
I don't need you to say anything. Just stop talking.
Donation.
Hey, what the fuck is your problem?
Make to the Democratic
Why are
Party?
you running from it now?
I'm not. I'm just trying to open talking. People in the comments keep tagging me.
Stop talking. I don't care. I'm trying to do a thing. You're being a coward because you know you lied. You're caught in a lie.
Did I lie?
You caught in a lie.
You sound.
Why are you crashing out, bud?
I'm not crashing out. I'm just giving everybody who's tagging me in the comments a way to Google it. I'm telling them what to Google. Just Google what percentage of Jeffrey Epstein's donations went to the Democratic Party. You will see 80 to 90%. I mean, it'll take you.
All right, okay. Now you said it. Now shut the fuck up. All right. So literally,
I'll be quiet. Go ahead. Say your thing.
This is what you said. Democratic groups will not commit to returning donations.
I thought it was a big deal to turn your shit around a second.
Yeah, it literally was. I just had to I had to turn off the green screen. I had to pull it off the tripod, all this other shit. Right here. This is what you said.
Yeah, that looks like the one, honestly.
Yeah. And so then when I click on it, this is what comes up.
Yeah. Oh, what the fuck? This is the same article.
That's what comes up. I sat there and told you that.
Okay, maybe the link is messed up. I'm not sure.
Or maybe you're making
just go to
shit
Google.
up.
Just Google
you're
what percentage.
Making shit up.
Here. Let me help you find it easier.
No, I don't want you to. No, I want you to go get that article. Come back and tell me exactly what to do.
I gave you the article. It's not working, obviously.
And then obviously your source isn't a good source because you said that it's in there and it says
why don't you Google? Why don't we Google it together? Why don't we just Google it together real quick?
You go Google it.
I know you don't want to Google it in front of these people.
No, you go get it. And
I wouldn't want to either. Because the information is available to all.
I'm not going to keep talking to a disingenuous asshole. Fuck out of here. I'm not doing that. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. Please do not request up if you're not a Trump supporter. We're not looking to talk to friendlies. I am not doing this today. Like, you're full of shit. I'm sitting here running down a rabbit hole looking for what you told me to look for, and it's not there. So, like, we're not doing it. We're not doing that. Howdy, partner. This person is spinning. I don't know if he's gonna load. Did you come back up with the direct source?
Yeah, we can just Google it real quick together if you want.
No, but I'm serious. I'm not playing these silly ass.
Does does Google lie to you? Is that what you're saying? Google's gonna lie?
This is the last thing I'm gonna say. If you have a direct source, you can tell me where to find it. I'm not gonna do a Google search on live. Okay,
so don't take my word for it. Don't take his word for it. I recommend everybody just Google what percentage of Jeffrey Epstein's donations went to the Democratic Party.
Fuck out of here. Like you came back up to say the same stupid shit, and I refuse. Hi, Drew. Are you a Trump supporter? Oh, okay. I guess not. Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. If you are not a Trump supporter, do not request up. Hey, Dark, you're muted. No one cares what you're saying in the chat. You're disingenuous and like sitting here and pretending that what percentage, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm not here for that. Debbie's in the chat for Bethany. Bethany sent a $5 donation and said, maybe I'm just crazy, but I think Michigan is where pedos reside. I made some connections on my Facebook, and the Lake Michigan story can't be concealed. Exactly. W's in the chat for Bethany. Thank you so much for the $5. Justin, are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, I just want to know why you won't Google it. Like, why you keep running away, bro?
Okay. So how long were you in the live?
I'm just asking a simple question. Why you keep kicking?
How long were you in the live, Justin?
Just Google it.
Justin, can you answer the question?
You're not answering my question. Well, it's not really a question. I'm just trying to get you to do it.
I'm trying to explain to you why I'm not doing it, but fine.
Yeah, why don't you want to, though? Let me ask you that.
I'll tell you, I'm answering your question. The reason being is because he made a claim. And I said, okay, can you give me some type of evidence of your claim? He said, oh, it's in this article. I said, perfect. Go grab the article. Let's take a look at it together. He goes and then he swipes in and out. And then he comes back with a CSNBC article. And so he tells me about the article and he tells me to pull it up. And I pull up the article, specifically what he said. And then he makes the claim that it says that it's 80% and it's in the article. So I scroll through the article. I don't see it. I say, hey, the article's not in here. He said, oh, you're lying. We can't see it. Put it on the screen. I told him I have this whole setup. There's a background. There's a green screen. It's connected to a tripod. Like there's cords everywhere. I said, it takes too much in order to actually be able to do it. He's like, oh, just put it on the screen. Put it on the screen. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Just tell me where it says in this article, there's 80%. And he wouldn't do it, wouldn't swipe out, wouldn't go and say, hey, it's in paragraph 3. I said, okay, that's fine. I finally disconnect everything, take it down, flip the camera around, put it on the screen and show, because he was like, oh, the title that you're reading off is different than what I said. I put it on the screen, showed that I actually Googled what he told me to Google. And I clicked on the link that he gave me, and the information that he gave me didn't actually say what he said it said. So at this point, I'm not going to go on a wild goose chase with him and just randomly Google.
You don't have to go on a wild goose chase just to Google how much money.
Justin, hey, and I'm still fucking talking. I'm not going to go on a wild goose chase with him. I'm more than willing to actually engage or accept the information, but I'm not going to actually go search for it. If he has something to support his argument, all he has to do is say, hey, this information is listed here in this place, and we can go from there. I'm not going to run around looking for shit. I'm not going to sit here and Google shit with him. Like, because again, in the same article that he gave me, where he's claiming that the money was given to the Democrats, it literally says here that $245,000 were received by the RNC, which is more than the money that was listed to be donated to the DNC. So not only did the information that he gave me not say the thing that he said that it said, but it also completely outweighed his argument because he was
Bro,
saying
are
that
you
it was
done?
like
You've been saying the same thing in
it
different
was
ways.
100-something thousand, but actually there was more money donated to the RNC. With that being said, Justin, I don't give a shit about talking about what the last guy said. I want to talk about what you said. Justin,
Okay.
you
Can I
still
talk?
support Donald Trump.
Can I talk?
Why?
Can I talk? Can I
Sure,
speak?
but again, I don't want to.
You still speaking, bro. You just said sure, but you're still speaking.
Sure, but I don't want to go back to the point as far as you talking about the last guest. I would like for you to
I'm not going to talk about him.
That's perfectly fine. I would like for you to tell me how you still support Donald Trump today.
I support Donald Trump because people like you make me run away from the Democratic Party, because all you guys do is just come on platforms and gaslight people, mute them, don't let them get their words out, and just feel like you're right about everything. Nobody is right about everything. There's certain things that the Democrats are wrong for, certain things Republicans are wrong for. It goes both hand in hand. Just because somebody supports a party doesn't mean that they're bad people. But you guys want to make people feel like they're villains just because they want to support a specific party, and it makes no sense. We're supposed to be the United States. I never feel like we're united because of people like you guys who get on platforms and just, oh, why did you vote for Donald? Bro, I am a citizen. I can vote for whoever I want to.
Going like way far away from the point. I don't care about you so much. You want? Why would I kick you? I want to talk to you. I just don't want you to monologue. And you fucking ran. You said kick you, but you ran. So this is what I'm going to say, Justin, for you and anyone like you. If you're so much of a coward that you sit here and say that other people make you vote for a felon, a rapist, a sexist, a classist, a fascist, you're a weak-minded coward. That's why you just ran just now. Like literally, that's why you ran. It's because you are nothing but a weak-minded coward. Like that's you. So to sit here and say, oh, I voted for this person because other people made me feel bad. Other people hurt my feelings. If you're sitting here saying that you support a harmful person that's destroying our country because other people hurt your feelings, then guess what, bub? You're the fucking problem. You're the problem. He said Santana pivot. Sure. Honker 22. I'm going to mute you. Get up in the box. Come up and tell me about it. W's in the chat for Monique, who sent a $20 donation. Thank you so much for the 20. Monique said, why does it matter what party you donated to? Why are we politicizing child abuse? Exactly. Like, that's the point that I've been trying to get like, that's the biggest point that I've been trying to get across. And we couldn't even get there because they're so hung up on, well, he did this with the Democrats. Lock them all up. Every single one of them. Daniel, are you a Trump supporter?
Santana, I love you. Like, I'm young and you like this got me into politics. I love you. Have a good one.
Okay, guys, please don't request up if you're not a Trump supporter. Like, I appreciate all the support and kindness and love, but please, please, please do not request up if you're not a Trump supporter. That slows up the entire live. Please, please, please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. We are only looking for some debates. Dark, you can get out of the request. I'm not going to talk to you again because you literally are gaslighting and pivoting, and I have no interest in actually playing those games with you. I'm only looking to engage with people who have any type of genuine debate, genuine conversation. So if you're a Trump supporter, get in a box. But again, I'm not talking to someone who actually and refuses to just engage in, actual genuine conversation. W's in the chat for Kimberly, who sent a $10 donation saying, please tag those at the top. You're the man. Thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, FDT. He's a Napoleon. He has a Napoleon complex. He has a lot of that. A lot. W's in the chat for Veronica, who sent a $10 donation saying, Republican officials have said that they have no intentions in giving away or returning funds from CNBC. There's nothing in this article with a percentage in it. That's exactly right. Like, that's literally the article that I looked up, and it talked about how the Republicans have taken certain amount of money and there's no percentage. Like, he was just bullshitting, period. W's in the chat for Laura. Laura sent a $2 donation saying that I Googled it. Epstein donated about $140,000 to Democrats between 1989 to 2003. Why they act like Epstein donated millions on them? Effing MAGA struggles to cope. Yeah, and that's all it is, right? It's literally all because for me, honestly, it doesn't matter if it was $100,000, if it was $1 million or whatever. Like, it's not even political for me. Like, that's the point that Trump supporters don't get. That's the point that MAGA doesn't get. We don't care that it's money donated to the Democrats. We don't care that it's money donated to the Republicans. What we do care about is that there are people that harmed survivors, and we want every single person brought to justice. We don't care if they have a D by their name, an R by their name, an I by their name. Every single one of them needs to be brought to justice. That's the point. That's the point. But MAGA is so hung up on defending their daddy that they can't get to that point. That's BS? Sure. I'm going to go ahead and mute you. Come up here and tell me about it. Oh, I remember you. You ran the other day. Get up here and tell me about it. You said it's BS that we don't care about getting both people or people on whatever side. That's what you said.
So if I'm going to talk, are you going to interrupt or are you going to mute me? I'm just curious. Because if we're going to have a debate.
No, I'm not.
Perfect.
If you can engage with genuineness.
Yeah, I'll be genuine. Mm-hmm. So you had Trump go, you had Clinton go there about 26 times. You guys were very quiet on that one. You had. No, we weren't. That's a lie. I thought you just said you weren't going to interrupt.
Yeah, but you just immediately lied.
No. So
you immediately lied.
No, I didn't. So let's.
Right. Who's being quiet about Clinton?
I see. We're not going to even get the chance to debate because you're going to try to shut it down.
Oh,
so let me ask you this.
Who's being quiet about Clinton?
Was it 26 or I'm sorry? Well, how many times?
I don't know. Who cares? Lock him up too.
So what? Where am I lying?
You said that no one said it. You said everyone's been quiet about it.
If you don't know the number yourself, why are you saying I'm lying? So that implies that you know the number. So what's the number?
Listen for a second.
No. See, here you go.
I'm not lying about you're not really good at debating, dude. I'm saying that no one cares if it's a Democrat or Republican or
no. You guys don't care because you guys
all up. You're being willfully disingenuous. In my latest video that I made about Donald Trump,
did you guys
literally put Bill Clinton in it.
Not one time did you guys bring up the blue dress where Bill Clinton was on there. Not one time. And let me ask you something. When you got Ghislaine Maxwell's father, who is related to Secretary Blinken under Biden for about 20 years, why didn't you guys question that? When you have Chuck Schumer getting donated $22,000 from Epstein. When you have the guy from what's her name that was getting text messages from fucking Epstein, trying to look up dirt on Trump, right? Mm-hmm. Why didn't you guys question about that?
Okay, can I answer your question?
Go ahead.
Okay, so
yeah, I didn't interrupt you.
Yeah, so the point being is with Bill Clinton, with Chuck Schumer, with anyone that you just name, I don't care who it is. I genuinely don't care. Lock them all up. I've been consistent and persistent with saying that it does not matter to me whose name comes out in this. It doesn't matter if it's Trump or Obama or Biden or Clinton. Hell, it can be Jimmy Carter. And I've said this multiple times.
Why are you focused on MAGA Trump?
Stop and listen. Dig him up and put him in jail as well. This is my stance, and this has been the persistent and consistent stance of people on the left. The reason why I keep talking about this is because people on the right, like yourself, tend to deflect and say, well, what about this person and what about that person? The problem is that you guys can't come to the same conclusion that we come to, which is every single person needs to be held accountable. We don't care about their political leanings. They need to be held accountable. No one cares about their name,
their bank accounts. Your background says otherwise.
Sure,
otherwise, your panel would
hold on. One second.
Would have been like,
if I need one person to request up that is not a Trump supporter. One person, just one person to request up that is on the left. Just one. I need one person on the left to request up right now. Just one person.
Is this going to be a 2-on-1 thing?
No, it's not. I just need you to stop talking for just a half a second. This is not. I promise you. Let's see here. All right. There's a lot of people in the box. If you're requesting up and I don't bring you up and you're on the left, then drop out of the box. There's a lot of people that just requested up. Sorry. All right. Gen X Patriot, are you on the left?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect. Everyone else right now, if you request it up and you are on the left, drop out of the box. Drop out of the box. We're good. I got the one person. Everyone else, please, please, please remove yourself from the box. All right. Gen X Patriot, really quick. Do you want Donald Trump to be held accountable if the Epstein files are true and he's truly connected with this? Yes or no?
Yes.
What about Barack Obama? If he is in the Epstein files and he's connected with this, do you want him held accountable?
Yes.
What about George Bush Jr., JW? What if he's connected in it?
Yep.
What about Oprah Winfrey?
Oprah can get it too.
Bill Gates.
Oh, I'm a Microsoft dude, and I'm going to tell you, I made a living off Bill Gates, but he can get it too.
David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, the Hoff can go.
Halle Berry.
Halle, go. She can go too.
Is there anyone that I could name? Listen, this one might be crossing the line. What if you found out that your own mother was somehow connected with like Epstein and all of this? Would you want your mother held accountable?
Well, that would be difficult because she died in 2000. But for the sake of the argument, yes.
Okay. Perfect.
I don't care who it is.
Oh, you don't care? What? Oh, okay. Got it. That's all I need. I appreciate it.
Can I say one thing real quick? Okay. So I think that on the right, they mischaracterize the quote anger on the left. The anger on the left, in principle, is because we want the files and the evidence to be released and to see daylight. And anyone who is obstructing that at this point in contravention of the law should be held accountable. That's it. That's all I need to say. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Long Island, I just sent your request to come off mute.
That was a giant waste of time.
Okay. Long Island, if Obama is connected with the Epstein files and he's connected with all this, would you like to see him held accountable?
Yeah, of course.
What about George?
Again, you're beating around the bush. So why do you focus on Trump instead of instead of saying all? Because it seems like you're only inviting, in your own words, you're only looking for Trump supporters to come up on the panel. So instead of that, so you're clearly looking for a certain side when it comes to this, right?
Yeah. It says Trump supporters, one, because I actually debate people on the right since I'm on the left. Two, most people on the left actually agree with this.
So you do have a certain bias on that. There you go. Thank you.
What's bias? What are you talking about? How is that a bias?
So did you vote for Biden, I'm assuming?
Wait, hold on. What's the bias?
Well, can you just answer my question?
No, what's the bias? I had the question from you.
You just admitted you're a leftist, so you're obviously got a bias.
Yes, I've already admitted that I'm a leftist.
Okay,
what are you talking about? What's the bias?
Yeah. So you also got a bias. My entire point.
Right. So I'm going to finish answering the first question. You said why am I only looking to invite up people that support Trump? Again, because I am looking to debate Trump supporters. I have multiple items that we can actually debate on. And most people on the left that I've talked to all agree with the same premise as me, while people on the right that I talk to often push back, run, and try to say, what about this? What about that? What about this? And so there's no point in bringing up people on the left to debate something that we agree on, like ex-patriot who was just up here. If I would have had him up and I would have said, hey, let's debate about the Epstein files, he would have said, okay, cool. I want them all released and everyone held accountable. I would have said, well, I want them all released and everybody held accountable. The end. So the point being is that I'm looking for someone who has a difference in opinion for the debate. And you, even though you say that you want the files released, you say that you want people held accountable, your argument is immediately defending Donald Trump and saying, well, why didn't the Democrats do this or the Democrats do that? Again, my point being is I don't give a fuck, hold them all accountable.
So that wasn't my point, but thank you for putting words in my mouth.
Do you want Donald Trump held accountable for his connections with the Epstein files and anything that comes out of it? Yes or no?
If he's guilty, then yes.
Yes or no? Just yes or no?
That's no. That you're trying to cherry pick an answer.
I'm not trying to cherry
Yes,
pick.
you are.
It's,
So
it's
if
the
he's
same
guilty,
question. It's the same question that I've. It's the same question I asked you for everyone else.
This is why you suck at this debate thing.
No, you suck because you don't understand things, bud.
Are you going to cut me off? And you're like, oh no, I'm not going to do that. But the second I try
lying and you're
you want me
disingenuous.
to reflect an answer. So let me ask you a question here. Why is Joe Biden working with Secretary Blinken, who is the son of Ghislaine Maxwell's father, who they known for about fucking 20 years?
Okay. The reason why Joseph Robinette Biden was working with him is because he was
his lawyer
within.
His lawyer. Nice try. Don't even deflect.
I was literally answering a question, bud. You didn't hear what I said.
I know you're going to be full of shit.
What did I say? Finish my sentence.
You're going to deflect and not say
no. Finish the sentence. Finish the sentence that I was saying.
Why don't you say it now?
No. You finish it because you cut me off. So obviously you knew what I was saying. Finish the sentence.
Yeah, you're going to say some bullshit. So
Tell me the bullshit specifically.
You're going to defend him some way.
Tell me the bullshit specifically.
You tell me. I want to hear the bullshit first.
Exactly. You didn't know.
Well, I'm giving you the opportunity right now.
No. You don't have to give me the opportunity. This is my life, bud. I don't need you to give me opportunities. I can take it. I can literally take it.
Take your opportunity.
I can literally take it. Boom.
Go ahead. Justify it.
The point being, the reason why Joseph Robinette Biden worked with former Secretary Blinken is because that he was a political figure throughout multiple administrations. And if he has any direct connection, I hear you saying that, he's Ghislaine Maxwell's father or whatever, that's fine. I mean, but if he has any connections, hold him accountable as well. My actual premise that they need to be held accountable is not limited to one person. It's not limited to one administration. It's not limited to one affiliation. If there's anyone that is accountable, then they need to all be held accountable. It doesn't matter. That's the difference. There has never been a situation where I've said, well, Bill Clinton, but what about what Donald Trump did? I don't care. I'm saying get Bill Clinton. Hell, even Bill Clinton himself is saying release everything connected with him. So that's the point. That's literally the point. People on the left want accountability and transparency. Even the people that are set to be held accountable, like Bill Clinton, are saying the exact same thing. That's the problem. You guys can't say that. The only thing you want to do is defend Donald Trump and pretend that he did nothing. That's it. And the same question I said, hey, do you want Bill Clinton? I said, do you want Barack Obama held accountable? You said, yes. I said, do you want, Bill Clinton held accountable? You said, yes. I said, do you want Donald Trump held accountable? Well, if he's guilty, then yes. You didn't put a caveat with anyone else, but you put a caveat with Donald Trump. Can you explain why there's a caveat for Trump, but there's no caveat for anyone else?
If they're all guilty, then I want them. I want justice.
So now you're walking it back and you're putting the caveat with everyone else because you originally did it with Trump.
I'm sorry. Where were you? You were so fucking quiet during the fucking the Biden years. How come this was? No, don't bullshit me.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, you were. I want to. All right, show me a video.
Show me a video.
No, all right, show me a video right now. No, show me a video right now of you talking about the Epstein files when Biden was president. I'll wait.
I wasn't doing content when Biden.
Exactly. There you go.
How am I going to show you something if I wasn't doing it during that time?
Because it wasn't going to make you money, was it?
Do you think this is making me money? I mean, again, one, I'm not actually making.
I assume
money,
this was your real job.
But two, as far as like you wanting proof of me making videos, like if I wasn't making content during the Biden administration, then how could I show you something that I wasn't doing?
All right, then show me a post. Something where you condemned him.
A post of what? Again, I wasn't actually putting out any type of content at that time. So what type of?
Oh, okay, so you didn't really. So the entire thing was you weren't heavily involved in politics until Trump became president. Is that what I'm understanding?
No, I was heavily involved in politics when
you were heavily involved
became the nominee. when Kamala Harris became the. You want me to answer your question or not?
So when Kamala Harris was running,
Kamala, do you want me to answer the question?
Whatever.
Yeah, listen, it's Kamala Harris, and I know you're too stupid to be able to say her name correct. But
You voted for an alcoholic. I really wouldn't talk about stupidity.
I know. Listen. I know you're an idiot, right? And that's why Trump supporters have such a hard time with saying Kamala, right? It's such a big word, and you guys have such small brains. But if you can't say Kamala, you can say Harris, you can say VP. I know. We all understand that the majority of people that vote on the right have lower levels of education. We get that. We understand that you guys are not educated, and it's hard. Words are hard. So it's VP Harris, it's Kamala, either one. I don't really care. Anyway, W's in the chat for Samantha. Samantha sent $1.11 donation saying it could be every Democrat and
no primary.
Every Democrat in the left would denounce them all. We're talking about one MAGA, Trump, and the right can't even do that. Thanks for all that you do. Thank you. Like, that's the entire point. Like, we literally would give up the entire Democratic Party, but they will fight for Trump tooth and nail. W's in the chat for Marie, who sent a $6.70 donation saying, if it was my dad, I say put him in the hole. I'm here to see justice for those girls. F Trump. But he didn't do anything alone. I'm a leftist, and the difference is I don't take it personally. Politicians are employees, not idols. Exactly. They love Trump so much. It's because he's their personality. W's in the chat for Activista, who sent a $20 super chat to say, Dear Santana, after 4.5 months of unemployed, I'm finally working. Thank you for presenting the facts in a clear manner. W's in the chat for you. Thank you so much for the 20, but congratulations on the job. Absolutely. Congratulations. W's in the chat for Jonna. Hey, Jonna, who's been a member for 10 months, who sent a message, said, I hope you had a great holiday. Thank you for being on the right side of history. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. W's in the chat for Trudy for the $5 super chat to say, Clinton's statement took 17 words. We call on the President Donald Trump to direct Attorney General Pam Bondi to immediately release any remaining materials. Exactly. He wants accountability himself. W's in the chat for Sean, who sent a $20 super chat to say, why should I be the least bit pleasant to those who mindlessly back a white nationalist who runs for cover for a white nationalist group and Christian white nationalism? We literally fought. We literally fought a sword. I'm assuming you mean war, because that's an S there. War over that, exactly. And W's in the chat for Tashad, who sent a $2 super chat to say, I'm assuming that's going to be, there were clearly malls tied in Epstein files. I'm not sure where you're going with that, but yeah, absolutely. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks For You. Santana Speaks For You is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. All right. So Long Island, you've been like deflecting the entire time. You've been all across the board. You haven't actually engaged in anything. So I would like you to directly engage in what's happening with this administration, the things that are happening that are affecting our lives today. So how do you feel about what Donald Trump and this administration is actively doing that's harmful to American citizens?
Can you elaborate?
Yeah, we can talk about the act. You know what? I don't even want to talk about Epstein files anymore because you get too emotional when we do that. So I want to keep you here.
I'm the one that's calling names. So you're the one calling me stupid.
Let's stay away from that. But we can talk about the actual job market. We can talk about the job market that unemployment has actually spiked. We can talk about the fact that Donald Trump is engaging in new wars. We can talk about the fact that Donald Trump is harming kids.
No, you don't understand the Venezuelan war.
You actually are supporting a party of hate, and you're actually showing that today. So, yeah.
Anyway. It sounds like your party's very desperate right now.
How so? Well, wait, why are we talking? No, you're switching back. I want to talk about what's happening.
You just asked me how so you don't want me to answer that?
No, because you're trying to deflect from our original question. I don't want to do that. Fuck that. I don't care how so. I don't give a shit. I want to talk about Donald Trump and what they're doing to harm Americans. Let's talk about the people that's in power.
Okay, well, sure. When the majority of the Trump supporters, right, when we voted for him, what was like the one thing we wanted, would you say?
to ensure that white men didn't lose their spots with the.
Here's the racist coming out of you. Okay.
You don't know what race is.
No, it wasn't. Oh, because I'm white? That sounds pretty racist.
No, it's because you don't know what race is. What's race?
What's race?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. It's like, so I'm white, you're black. That would be a difference of color.
No, race is not the difference of color. See, that's why I said you don't know what race is.
So here you're going to try and deflect.
No, I'm not deflecting. I'm just saying you shouldn't use you shouldn't use words that you don't know. Anyway, the reason why.
Why don't you tell me what race is?
The reason why most Trump supporters actually voted for him, specifically white men, is to preserve their top at the spot at the top of the patriarchal system.
Oh, okay.
But why do you think that they voted?
Is that why Biden said vote for me or you ain't black? Is that why you voted for him?
Are we talking about Biden or are you talking about what's actually happening? Because you said
that wasn't why. So that was a very stupid.
Why did most people?
That was a very stupid answer. That was all right. Let me talk.
You said why did most people vote for Donald Trump?
Let me talk. I'm going to tell you why. So that was a very stupid answer that you gave.
Okay.
So the reason why we voted for him is because we wanted to secure the border. Would you agree with that or no?
I mean, that's what you guys said, but the border hasn't been secured.
Oh, so are you saying there's a mass flood coming in right now?
I'm saying that Donald Trump hasn't done anything to secure the border.
So either there's more people coming in under Trump or less people coming in under Trump. So
can you repeat, please? I was on the phone.
Are there more or less?
Because of your background noise.
Are there more or less? It's a simple question. More or less people coming in under Trump?
There's less people being reported to actually come in.
So you're saying reported. So are you saying that number's false?
No, I'm just saying this is the information that's being put out by.
But in your opinion, is it? Do you find that to be factual?
I will agree that there's less coming in. I don't know if I agree with the exact number because I don't. I know the Trump administration has proven not to be trustworthy, but I do believe there's less people coming in.
Okay. So that being said, if the majority of us voted to secure the border, and there's less people coming in, it kind of sounds like we're getting what we wanted, doesn't it? No.
No, because again, can you tell me how the border was secured?
Well, let's see. We could talk about like Texas, where the Biden administration sued Texas for fucking lifting the barbed wire, letting people come in. We could talk about the mass illegals come in. Here's the thing. Here's the irony of your statement. For every one person, let me fucking finish.
That's not what I said. I said, can you tell me how the Trump administration has secured the border? What piece of legislation did they pass to secure the border? Since you're
I didn't realize you muted me.
Yeah, because you have impulse control issues.
It says you.
What piece of legislation?
The Remain in Mexico policy, that was one of them, right?
No, that legislation was not passed under this Trump administration.
But Biden lifted that one, didn't he?
Listen to what I'm saying. What piece of legislation was passed by the Trump administration to secure the border? You said
he provided more funding towards the border security.
He hasn't.
He actually increased the numbers. He's
not provided more funding or troops to the border than what was happening under the Biden.
He's actually increased the troops over there.
You're wrong.
And here's the thing: even if there was
under the Biden administration,
dude, you like the second I got up here, the very first.
You're lying about the troops. You're lying about the money. Neither one of those things are more than one.
And all you do is mute. All you do is interrupt.
Lying.
And you act like you're
literally lying.
You are not good at this. You guys are
literally telling lies.
In 2028, what is your message for?
Just because you tell lies and I won't let you lie, you're getting upset that I keep cutting you off in the middle of a lie. If you weren't lying, then I wouldn't cut you off. You say something factual, I'll let you talk. Even when you said something that I thought might have been factual, I let you talk. But even when you said the number one reason that people voted for Trump was because of the immigration, you're absolutely wrong. That's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was the number 5 reason. I looked it up. The Gallup and Pew both confirmed that the
where'd you look it up?
number one reason that people voted for Trump at a 52% clip,
You are
which
one
was
dumb
deemed
fuck.
to
You know that?
be extremely important, was the economy. It's literally the economy. That's the number one issue.
You can't solve the economy without a fucking strong border.
I don't care. I don't care what you're saying.
That's why we know. This is what you're not understanding. This is why.
So FYI for the people in the chat, the number 5 issue is immigration. Number 1 is the economy. Number 5 is immigration. He said the number 1 issue was immigration. But if you look it up, and you can see this comes from Gallup, and it's also supported by Pew Research Center. The number 1 issue is the economy. Number 2, the democracy in the United States. Number 3, terrorism and national security. Number 4, types of Supreme Court justice candidates. And number 5 is immigration. Number 6, education, followed by healthcare, weapon reform, abortion, taxes, crime, all of these things. So again, you're sitting here saying things that you don't
you know it.
How am I full of shit by looking up a source?
And you know it.
How am I full of shit by looking up a source?
You're full of shit and you know it.
Okay.
The number one, you don't address any of those issues until you get to secure the border.
Go get something that actually proves.
What was the projection of Gallup when it came to the economy?
Go get something that actually proves that the number 1. What about exit polls? What about exit polls? Go get exit polls that show me.
Polls don't mean shit. Do you understand that?
Polls. Do you know what an exit poll is?
Shit.
Do you know what an exit poll is?
According to polls, so they said that Hillary's going to win too.
Hey, do you know what an exit poll is?
Your polls don't mean fucking shit.
What's an exit poll?
Get that through your head. Like, do you guys understand that you guys are broke, right?
So I'm going to answer the question since he won't do it. For anyone that doesn't know, exit polls are actual polls that are taken after people have casted their vote, and they get the people outside of the voting area and they say, hey, who'd you vote for? What were your reasons? Blah, 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 blah. So this is literally people who aren't hiding their votes. This is people who aren't saying, well, I might do this or might do that. This is literal reaction right after they cast their ballot. So that's what an exit poll is. And the information that I'm giving is based off of exit polls. W's in the chat for Dorothy. Dorothy sent a $25 donation saying truth hurts. That's why they're so angry. You're absolutely right. It's not my polls. It's the polls of the people that voted. W's in the chat for Dorothy. Thank you so much for the 25. You're awesome. W's in the chat for John.
Yeah, when they count the polls, they count
John says, thank you for doing what you do. Please continue to cook these cattle slavery ass in ninjas. Absolutely. W's in the chat for John. Thank you so much for the 2. And W's in the chat for
what you identify as cooking.
W's in the chat for Carla, who sent a $4.99 super chat with a Christmas tree present and thumbs up. Thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat, guys. If anyone else likes support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted and things appreciated. If you're over on the YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out, guys. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. Please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We're not talking to friendlies, but if you're a friendly, keep tapping the screen. Let's get the likes up to 250,000 likes. Also, there's 2.1 thousand of us hanging out here. Guys, if you look up at the top and you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. Hit that follow button. Hit the follow button because this is the main account. We're going to be on the main account for a couple more days. So make sure that you're following the main account and make sure you turn on your notifications so you know when I go live. If you don't want to miss the lives, turn on the notifications. All right. So Long Island, coming back to you. Since you don't have any type of legislation that has been passed to secure the border, can you tell me what do you think that Donald Trump has done that to actually slow immigration into the country? Now he doesn't know how to come off mute, chat. When it's actually time for him to speak. Watch, he comes off mute when I start doing this. W's in the chat for Gabby for the $15 donation saying, hey, Santana, I had to take a break from this unknown clown, but he said that we had bias against Trump when it's really we have a bias against PDF files, which should be a baseline. At this point, I think birds of a feather is the reason people defend him and support him. Like literally, that doesn't surprise me at all. And I completely agree. W's in the chat for Lois, who sent a $5.
No, I like that comment about birds of a feather.
Cooking MAGA. W's in the chat, guys. Was I wrong? I knew he was going to come off mute when I started doing that. Also, W's in the chat for Betty for the $2 Canadian saying, call her such a whiny weenie like his dad, DJT. Exactly. If anyone else likes Support the Live, Santana speaks for you. All right. Again, what is Donald Trump actually doing if he's not passing legislation?
Oh, you tell me. So, like, why is?
No, that's the question for you.
Why is the border?
I want to hear what you think.
Why are there less people coming in? Why are there less people coming in right now?
That was the question I asked you. I would like to hear what you think.
Maybe is it his name or is it a deterrent? You tell me.
So, do you think that it's his name?
Why? Well, why don't you ask some of the people that cross the border?
No. But it's because you're up here and you're making the premise that immigration is down, and you said that he secured the border.
Well, you said yourself you agreed with that assessment.
While I agree with you, immigration is definitely down. He has not done anything to secure the border. I know why, but I want to understand your understanding as far as why immigration is down. So it's not it's not even a gotcha question, but it's just, what do you think? What is your understanding?
Maybe the crackdown on illegals with the mass deportations.
Wait, say it
maybe again? The securing of the border. Actually,
wait, no, you cut out for a second. I missed what you said.
The crackdown of illegals and illegal aliens.
Undocumented immigrants?
No, illegal aliens.
Undocumented immigrants. I know
illegal aliens. That's actually
you're so hell bent on being.
So that's what they were originally called.
POS. That's fine.
Illegal.
Listen,
so it's actually called the Illegals Aliens Act. So
I don't give a shit. I genuinely don't, because the only thing that you're trying to do is.
I didn't ask you if I care.
So you think that the reason why immigration is down is because of the treatment of immigrants. Is that what you're saying?
Now you're conflating two different things: the bill, the act, or the treatment. Well, which is it?
I'm not talking about the aliens.
Because you said treatment.
Invasion. Yeah, that's what you said. Your first statement.
Okay, so if you want to talk about the treatment, who built the cages?
The cages were already in place when Obama was in office. I don't care about that.
Who? Under
when
what
Obama
president?
was in office. Listen, I need you to focus.
No, don't.
I need you to focus. I said, why is immigration down?
So you're
Trump?
okay with the
Hey, I need you to focus. You're trying to run and you're trying to get off the point, and I refuse to let you do it.
You're projecting.
So I said, why is immigration? Hey, I said, why is immigration down? That was the question. You said maybe it's the treatment of immigrants coming into the country. I said, okay, so you're saying that they're treating the immigrants that way, and that's why the immigration. I'm trying to verify that's your point, or is there more? I need you to tell me, why is immigration down under the Trump administration? That's what I want you to focus on. I don't want to talk about past administrations. I don't want to talk about tariffs. I don't want to talk about the color of the sky. I want you to tell me why, in your opinion, is immigration down under Donald Trump?
Notice how you deflected right then and there when you talked about treatment, and then I brought up the cages. I wonder why. And you act like you're good at this. You're not. But one of the actually acts, if you want to talk about it, is the actually big, beautiful bill that actually signs funding for border enforcement, National Defense Authorization Act, and the Takedown Act. And actually, now that think about it, we got you guys to thank too for expedited removal under Bill Clinton.
Okay, so now you're throwing out a lot of things at one time. All right, so let's address it one thing at a time. So with the allocation of funds in the BBB, the majority of the funds that were allocated, the only two things that have come to actual fruition is the funds that have been allocated for ICE and their actual budget. And then the other thing, out of all the funds that were set to be allocated for, in the BBB for border security, the only thing that they have done is purchase additional AI, which directly connects to face screenings. The actual, screening of people, facial recognition at the border, like that's the only thing that they've actually done. So when you talk about the possibility of purchasing things like drones, hiring new judges, more border patrol, none of those things have actually been done. So while, yes, the BBB had a portion of allocation for the border, the allocation has not been used towards the border. So again, that would not be the reason why the border crossings are down. So can you talk about what's actually causing the border crossings to be down?
So that's actually false. So the over 175 billion for the border security and immigration enforcement for over 10 years within the bulk are going to ICE
and the CBP and the border wall and deportations. Furthermore, the ICE funding has actually surged, as well as the construction of the wall. And
you're saying the same thing in circles now, and we've already agreed. I said that the funds for ICE had been assigned and allocated, and we know that because they're even giving out $50,000 bonuses to sign up for ICE. But again, the actual funds that were allocated directly for the border, the only thing that has been purchased since the funds have been appropriated was AI. So again, can you tell me, how are they keeping border crossings low if they haven't purchased anything directly to help support the border? There's been no purchase of new drones. There's been no hiring of more border patrol. There's been no more hiring of agents.
We definitely need to fix it as soon.
It's not after 5, y'all. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's so sad.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. That's sad. That's sad. The Cure guitarist Perry Bamonte unalived at 65. Damn. Oh, here we go. 'Tis the season. Here the fuck we go. Here we go. What else happened? Vera Ellen. Loved her, but that's sad. What they do yesterday? Andre Bocelli. They had NFL on Netflix. Oh, I missed that yesterday. Apparently, the halftime show was a lot, I guess. Yesterday, I missed that. Did I pass out? Was I asleep? Kelly Rowland and her family looks very cute. Dear stalkers, at least like my posts. I hear that shit. President Trump announces, Swan, you know that he struck Nigeria, right? Swan?
What happened? But what if our Christian brethren there?
Trump sent a strike
to Nigeria?
Yeah, Nigeria. Mm-hmm.
Yep, I saw that.
Yep. Some ISIS. Oh, okay. You want to see who I can't stand? Look at this. This is who I can't stand.
He did say that. He said they're unaliving they got to pick out who's that?
He swear he a fashion content creator. I can't stand him. I can't stand him.
Well, those outfits look very basic. I mean, I like the jacket, but like, I don't think he's doing it right.
When I tell you this man worked my fucking nerves, every time he do another video, it's some bullshit. Hattie McDaniel accepted her Oscar in 1940. Okay.
I mean, he put shit on. I wouldn't say he put that shit on.
Oh, y'all want to see this white man do a chair dance?
Nah, Mimi, what are you doing over there? What exactly do you think you're doing over there?
This white man is
No. Immediately, no.
I know you fucking like.
No, he's so serious. No, absolutely not.
Look at the Christmas parties. This is
ban Christmas parties for adults.
After work function, look at them.
One-handed is crazy.
You know when you go to kill a spider and it starts doing weird shit? When you kill the spider and it starts doing like weird, you know, it like crumbles up. There's actually a chemical that's released within them. That's why they crumple up like that. But that's what he looked like.
They gotta burn that chair.
The Office Christmas party.
What is the Breaking Bad?
No, wait. Let me show y'all something, okay? I'm going to show you something incredible. This is amazing. This is going to be amazing. You're going to love it.
He was fucking that chair.
Walter. Somebody get Walter is really funny.
Facts type lies get left in chain. One wrong word get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats and get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit. Yeah, step in if you dare. Truth hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. I don't care what you claim or your background. Facts only, if not, get clapped down. Whether you're left or right or you don't even vote. If your logic is weak, I'll sink your boat. You talk slick, but you ain't got source. Just vibes, that ain't power, that's force. I'm the test, the trap, the trip, the call. You slip once, I'm snatching it all. Yeah. Step in if you dare. You dare. Hit hard like a punch in the air. Punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. Yeah. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. No. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Step in, if you dare. Hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Yeah. This ain't a safe place. This is flame space. Step in, don't you wanna?
Welcome back, guys.
Sparring with
Welcome back,
Santana.
welcome back, guys. As we get in, if you don't mind, tap the screen, share the live. Send your daily heart mints, only one coin. It'll help boost the live and push us out to the FYP. Also, I'm gonna reset the daily gift goal to these little 1-cent gift goals. If we can knock those out a couple of times, it will help boost the live and push us out to the FYP as well. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Timothy Trump, get in the box. I am only looking to find out, hey, MAGA, how is your holiday season going? Right? I know for a fact that a lot of Trump supporters are being rejected by their families. And I know it has to be hard, especially when they double and triple down and continue to support Donald Trump. And it's quite interesting that they actually are still supporting Donald Trump when we can talk about him and his connection with the Epstein files and the survivors that are coming out. We can talk about the job market crashing. We can talk about all these new wars he's engaging in. We can talk about the fact that he's harming kids, or we can just get down to the nitty gritty of it and get into the fact that MAGA Trump supporters, you guys are just hateful people. And it's super interesting. And I think that's the topic that's not spoken about enough, right? We can talk about like all the things that are actually occurring and the way that Trump supporters still try to justify those things. But the one thing that we tend to leave out is the fact that in order to align yourself with MAGA ideology, you have to be a hateful person. And the hate comes out in multiple ways, right? The hate has been very much focused on the queer community and transgender people as a whole, but we can't forget how much they hate DEI, right? And specifically, they hate DEI because they think that it's a opportunity for Black people to get something that they're not getting, or something that they feel like deserves for them, right? So there's that. But also, we can, pinpoint the fact that in order to be a Trump supporter, you have to hate women. Even if you're a woman and you're a Trump supporter, you hate women. I mean, because you're literally you put a adjudicated rapist in the office who is actively harming women still, right? We could talk about the overturning of Roe, But something that I think we're not talking about enough, and this is something that has continued to grow and permeate on the right, is that they are starting to advocate for the fact that women shouldn't be able to vote anymore. Michael, you said, why do I hate America? I don't, bud. I love America. That's why I voted for Kamala Harris. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and mute you. Come up here and talk to me about it. I think you hate America. Not think, I know for a fact that you hate America. All right, because if you didn't hate America, you wouldn't have actually tried to put a wannabe dictator in the office. Like, that's the difference between you and I, bud. But again, something that I definitely think is not getting enough attention is the fact that hey, Long Island, I'm gonna go ahead and mute you, but you got misinformation. Like, you were saying so much bad shit that you got my live taken down. Fuck out of here. You know, not only are you not getting a chance to speak in my chat anymore, I'm not bringing you back up. You know how much like fucking shit you have to say that's wrong to cause what you just did? And the only reason I'm back is because TikTok took a look at it and said, oh, it wasn't you. It was this idiot that was on your live. Anyway, tap the screen, guys. Tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 50,000 likes. No, it wasn't him reporting. It was like him giving misinformation. That's what he got. Like, when you sit there and you say all this wild shit that like isn't right, like, that's what happens. Anyway, yeah, I want to host this trigger. Sure. Howdy, partner. Jeans are us. Sure, I'm triggered. I'm gonna go ahead and mute you, and I'm gonna send you a request. Come up here and tell me about how I'm triggered. What am I triggered about? Donald Trump saved your platform to spin all the tape. I'm going to mute you as well, Eric. You come up here with Jeans R Us. Tell me about it. You said that I'm triggered. How so? How am I triggered? Jeans, how am I triggered? You came up and muted yourself. I'm sending you a request to come off mute. So you were able to talk in the comments, but now that you're up here on the panel, you have nothing? Okay. All right. I'm going to drop you down. You can be silent in the chat bot. So again, the point that I'm making is, I think that a lot of people overlook the amount of harm that not only the Trump administration is causing to everyday Americans, but in order to be able to support him today, you have to actively engage in harm. American advocates, I'm not letting you up because like you're weird. I don't like, I still think you're a troll, but at the very least you get up here and you're weird. And so I'm good on you. I have no interest in bringing you up. I have no interest in bringing you up. If you are a Trump supporter though, any other Trump supporter, and you would like to tell me how your holiday weekend or how your holiday has been, and if your family is even still engaging with you, I would love to hear from you on that. Or one thing that I feel like we haven't talked enough about is the fact that Donald Trump is literally marching down the path of war. And I don't understand, again, you guys talked about like the endless wars that the United States had engaged in. You talked about the pullout in Afghanistan, which Donald Trump has even talked about going back into Afghanistan. You guys talk about all these things, yet for some reason you still stand behind him. Exactly. Unqualified military leaders. Exactly. Yeah. One thing that I did have on my background yesterday, and I'm not talking about this today, but like Trump supporters, if you're interested in this, I would love to entertain this as well. You know, the premise behind Christmas, right, and Jesus and Christianity, right? There's no way that you can call yourself a Christian and support Donald Trump. There's no way that you can say that you follow Jesus Christ and at the same time say you follow Donald Trump. There's no way that you can sit here and say like, my faith It's the bedrock foundation of who I am. And then stand on the same side as Donald Trump. So I do think that you guys have to come to some type of conclusion with that. Either you're going to be a Trump supporter or you're going to be a Christian, but you can't be both. There's no such thing as a Trump supporting Christian. Literally not. So you got to make that. You got to make that decision. But we don't have to talk about that one. We don't. I know that's a bit of a sore topic, but I really would like to know, how is it that you guys are still backing Trump? Something that we're not talking about enough is the harm that the Trump administration is actively engaging with when it comes to kids. So we can talk about the direct target that has been put on transgender children's back, right? With them saying that the Trump administration coming out saying they're no longer going to back any type of gender affirming care for kids, which gender affirming care for kids, we're not talking about surgeries. No one's talking about transitional surgeries. I mean, we're talking about respecting their pronouns, their names, if they want to grow their hair out, you know, like things like that, right? Allowing them to dress the way they want to dress. But then we also, like, something we haven't talked about is, you should talk about the Christmas event. Oh yeah, it was. Something that we haven't talked about today is HR 4371, which in HR 4371 is the direct implication as far as being able to cavity search, like doing invasive searches on children, 13 years of age or older. And when Donald Trump and, you know, MAGA, you guys try to say that you care about kids, you want to protect our kids. You don't. You don't, because if you guys actually wanted to protect kids, you wouldn't have let HR 4371 get past the House and be onto the Senate to get it put into law. Unsupervised, unaccompanied minors, undocumented minors can get invasive searched by ICE agents. And you guys aren't mad about that. I think that, like, that's the biggest disconnect, right? Trump supporters, that's the biggest disconnect. It's not that you guys defend Donald Trump. It's not that you guys sit there and say, like, oh, this is the political party that I stand on the side of, and this is how, like, this is what I believe in, this is what I want to do, blah, blah, blah. You guys don't even do that. Hey, Peach. What you guys do is you feel like Donald Trump is being targeted. And so no matter what the situation is, you're always going to defend up and stand up for him. That's it. Donald Trump openly admitted that he could actually take someone's life in the middle of Fifth Avenue and he wouldn't go to jail. And you guys prove that every single day. Every single day. So again, the point that I'm just trying to get to is the disconnect on the left and the right isn't that, oh, one politician is better than this politician. I think they all suck, right? I think they all suck, but the difference is the ability to hold them accountable. UTDS. So Sal, like, first and foremost, I don't even think you were trying to say, you're not even saying that right. So I'm gonna help you out. You can't even chat in the chat anymore, but since you don't do that well, but I did send you an invite to come up. I'll give you a voice. You can join the panel, but I'm not gonna let you comment anymore because, like, you can't even do comments correctly. So if you want to tell me about TDS, get in the box. But you won't. You won't. That's the point that we're at right now, right? The point is, MAGA Trump supporters, they're unwilling to actually defend their position, their stance, their actual vote anymore. But they're never too scared to not be brave in the chat. They're never too scared not to type something in the comments. And I have no interest in your comments. I just don't. The point that I'm really hoping that we get to, because midterm elections are coming up soon. I hope everyone's prepared and ready, right? Midterm elections are coming up super soon. And the point that I would love to get to is where MAGA actually just admits that they were wrong. Like, why can't you guys just admit that you were wrong and just take another shot at it?
Dude, we're not wrong at all. What are you saying?
Welcome back. You ran earlier. Did you find that source for me? Or do you want to pivot off of that?
No, my phone actually turned off, but my source was that, but you know, there is actually
what?
The Washington Post.
Do you want to rehash that, or is there something else that you were trying to get to?
Okay, then I guess I would concede so we can move from the point, all right?
Okay, that's perfect. Well, let's pick back up on it. So, hey, why are you good with this administration harming children?
I don't think they harm children at all. What?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you say that though? Because of immigration?
Mm-hmm.
But
have you heard of HR 4371?
What is that?
It's the bill that officially has passed the House, that is now on, that's in the hands of the Senate. And if it's passed, it allows ICE to do invasive searches of 13-year-olds without any type of parental advisory or
in order to not like release them to like communities, right? That's what I heard. Like they keep a hold on them before they release them into their families or something like that. So
No.
when you mean research, like they investigate all their body and they check all their body and stuff for tattoos.
Yeah. So what it is if they feel like there is any type of gang affiliation with the 13-year-old, then they can do an invasive body search, which includes a cavity search. But the big thing is that there's no need for like supervision. So there doesn't have to be a parent, a guardian, a lawyer, like a social worker, nothing. It's just an ICE agent can say, hey, I think this person is connected with an actual gang, and I want to go ahead and do a search of them, right?
So when you say gang related, are you talking about like them having connections like family members or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, there's multiple reasons that they can deem to be a reason for them to do it, but the point being is, as long as they feel like there's some type of gang affiliation, it's not something they have to approve. Like, it's not like they have to go to, all right, I'm going to go to this judge and get approval to do this because of this. All they have to do is say, you know what, I think there's some type of affiliation, and I'm going to do a search.
So I think it's not going to get passed through Senate. To be honest, I don't think it's going to get majority. And until then, I guess I don't have an opinion, you know, maybe.
No, you do not have an opinion.
But what you're telling me, I mean, if they have like gang related, you know, things, family members, then it's differently, right? But if they would have to do a whole search on their body, you know, I feel like that's exploitation, right?
It absolutely is, and that's the point. And you said you don't think it'll get past the Senate. It's already got past the House. Like, this isn't something that, you know, people have been up in arms about and like, oh, it struggled to pass through the House. Like, it passed through the House. Every single Republican voted for it.
So if it gets passed through the Senate, is the president going to sign it?
I mean, that's up to Donald Trump.
So who passed? Who introduced this bill?
Let's see here. Give me a second. It was introduced by Republican Republican Fry Russells from South Carolina, District 7.
Oh yeah, I think we're cooked then, right? I feel like I hope it doesn't get passed, because if it does get passed, it's going to bring a lot of controversy to this administration and how, you know, they treat minors. or immigration.
Exactly. And that's my point. But like, I'm trying to understand, like, how can you stand behind a party that's willing to do that? Like, that's not an issue for you?
Yeah, it is an issue. I mean, like I've always said, immigration has been an issue, right? And, you know, the things going on right now, I don't agree with, like, let's say 50% of the, well, 70% of the things, right? Because apparently 70% of the immigrants that are being caught are, you know, no crime, just, you know, crossing the border, which is a misdemeanor. But, you know, we have to take the other 30%. And, you know, I feel with Kamala, I hope you guys also, you know, protest and reforming the, you know, immigration system. I feel like it's broken, you know, and I hope you guys do that, because I don't see, you know, no King's rallies. I don't see none of that. I don't see, you know, news about immigrants. The only thing I saw when Biden and Kamala were presidents was, you know, immigrants are coming into this country, but I never saw, you know, deportations, or I never saw how they treated immigration. Okay. They just let in people the right way and wrong way.
So I'm gonna do this. How much do you know about the Langford bill?
I don't know much.
Okay. Take a moment to, if you want to look it up, you can. I want to thank a couple of people. If not, then as soon as I come back, I'll run through it with you. But the Langford bill is where we're going with this, because I think there's a misunderstanding. W's in the chat for Denise, who sent a $20 donation saying, on point today, Santana. Also, I disconnected my mind blowing. The disconnect is mind blowing that MAGA can't see how they're manipulated. They weren't even aware of the trans population until they were told to hate them. Schindler wrote this whole exact playbook. Exactly. Like, I think the reason why they're so willing to actually vilify the trans community is not only is because it's less than 1% of the US population, it's because most of them don't know any transgender people. And it's easy to vilify people that they don't know. Like, that's what it boils down to. W's in the chat for Lord, who sent a $4.99 super chat to say 2020 Mad Dog mixed with purple ghost energy is how I started that prop. If you're doing that to start the day, your day is fucked. Fucked. Tim, you got to swipe back in and out of the live so you don't get disconnected. W's in the chat for Megan. Megan sent a $10 super chat to say Trump originally ran on deporting illegal gangs and violent criminals. Once winning, he switched to target at all undocumented immigrants, regardless of their criminal record. The right was lied to. And that, you know, Megan, W's in chat for Megan, I did ask that question as well, if they feel like they were played by Trump. It's a whole thing. Like, I completely agree. But W's in the chat for Megan, guys. If anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted, anything's appreciated. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Or W's in the chat for Feisty. Hey, Feisty. Feisty sent a $20 donation saying, I'm having tamales today. Feisty, I'm a little bit jealous. I think I kind of want tamales as well. No, chat. I think what I've been thinking about lately, and I haven't gotten in a while, I think I'm going to have pizza today. I think it's pizza. W's in the chat for Feisty. Thank you so much, Feisty. All right, Timmy, did you get a chance to do your research on the Langford bill?
Yeah, it says that it was introduced in like late 2024 or 2023, right? So when was this bill introduced? Because that matters a lot too, because, you know, I hope it was introduced while the administration began, like, you know, in early.
So I guess when you say the word introduce, you can introduce technically, if you're saying like brought to the floor, then yes, you're right. Like 2023 is when it was brought to the floor. But Joe Biden was elected and gained power in January of 2021. They started working on this piece of legislation in February of 2021. So less than a month of less than a month of Joe Biden being in office, they started working on this piece of legislation. And it took years because with this bipartisan legislation, there was a lot of give and take that both sides had to do. And even the actual Democratic Party had to make some concessions on DACA, which they weren't interested in doing before, but they had to, right?
Yeah.
And so this got all the way up to being voted on. And then this bill was actually shot down due to Donald Trump telling the Republican Party, like, hey, don't vote for this, because if we get power, we can pass a piece of legislation where we don't have to compromise on things, and we can put in whatever we want and we can be stronger. And they did that, right? They literally decided not to vote on it. And they even, James Lankford, the Republican who spearheaded the bill, voted against it because of Donald Trump. And now this administration has been in power, and they haven't put one piece of legislation up to actually address the border. So, like, when you talk about the Democratic Party and what they could or couldn't have done, they started this piece of legislation. Like, that was one of the first pieces of legislation that was prioritized by the Biden-Harris administration. And unlike the CHIPS and Science Act, the PACT Act, the infrastructure bill, which are all bipartisan legislation that was agreed upon under the Biden administration, that one piece of bipartisan legislation was shot down by Trump, and it still hasn't been addressed today.
So when they tried passing this legislation, you said in the late 2023s. So who controlled the government in the first 2 years of Biden's term?
The first 2 years, who had the House, the Senate? What are we referring to?
Who controlled the House and the Senate?
I want to say, what was the split? 1 second.
Because that also matters, right? If they wanted to introduce this legislation, Biden could have ran on it. Like Kamala, she had her own legislations on, how to explain and how to, handle immigration. And I never heard her, but once I searched it up, she did have legislation.
Yeah. The 118th Congress was the party majority was the Republican Party.
So in his first 2 years,
McCarthy was the speaker, but then he was removed and then replaced by Mike Johnson.
So in Biden's first two years, the Republicans controlled the House.
No, once the actual legislation was placed.
Yeah, But my question is before, like in the first 2 years, who controlled the House and the Senate?
Okay.
Because that matters too.
Why does it matter?
Because if Biden, these guys are smarter than me, right? The president.
The Republicans did. The midterm elections in 2022, Kevin McCarthy held power. So prior to that, Nancy Pelosi had the gavel. And then moving into the midterm elections, the Republican Party took the House.
So before the midterms, even the Republicans still had majority?
No, before the midterms, the Democrats had power.
So that's the thing. That's my question. So if the Democrats,
Congress,
yeah,
so the 117th Congress in 2021, it was a 222 to 212 split. So the Democrats held 10 seats versus the Republicans holding 212 seats, but in the Senate it was split 50-50.
So Kamala had the final decision, right? She had the final.
Senate, yes.
Yeah. So that's my question, right? So if Biden was pro-immigration, because apparently he is, right? He likes immigrants in this country. So why couldn't he pass that legislation in the first 2 years? Why didn't he have a legislation before when he was campaigning? Why didn't he have this legislation so he can pass it when he controlled the government, when he controlled the House and the Senate? Because Kamala had the final order in the Senate. So that's my question.
Sure. I can answer that, and then I'm going to pass it over to my brother Isaiah. Again, Joseph Robinette Biden, along with Kamala Harris, not only had to deal with multiple things, including taking office with without a peaceful transfer of power. So they were already behind the 8 ball once they got into power. They were also dealing with the pandemic, and so they were trying to actually stabilize the country, deal with inflation, deal with people losing their lives. And then they also put in other pieces of legislation that was currently being passed. Again, I mentioned the CHIPS Act, the CHIPS and Science Act, the PACT Act, the infrastructure bill. All of these were other bipartisan pieces of legislation that were not only passed with good faith, but the Lankford bill was actually on track to be passed in good faith as well. So the point that I'm trying to make is they literally were all working together on all of these pieces of legislation, and the one that didn't make it is because Donald Trump specifically targeted and said he wanted to be able to run on the border when seeking re-election. If it wouldn't have been for that, that would have been passed as well. Anyway, Isaiah, what up?
What's up, bro?
What's
the central argument? I'm struggling trying to figure out what's his main
It's
argument.
immigration, and his point that he's trying to make is like, even though the Langford bill was shot down, that the Biden administration should have figured it out while they had power before the midterm elections. Even though, like I just said, they did all this other shit.
What I think is really interesting, as somebody who was there, I was a senior advisor for a member of Congress who was on the House Homeland Security Committee, which had direct jurisdiction over this. And, there was a piece of legislation that the Democrats put up at the very beginning, to go past this. The Republicans literally didn't want to go past it as a result because of the filibuster. Now, personally, I support getting rid of the filibuster, but not all the people that were inside of the Senate that were in the Democratic caucus supported getting rid of the filibuster. So that's kind of how that went. I think it's disingenuous to try to compare immigration numbers from the 2020s to now. It's just night and day. People all around the world were leaving poor countries to go to wealthier countries. It's why you saw an uptick in illegal immigration in the United Kingdom at a time in which they had a conservative government. Why you saw an increase in Italy, why you saw an increase in Germany. All around the world, people saw the exact same thing at the exact same time. So this was not necessarily the result of immigration as a result of policy, but it was a result of world circumstance. And that's why it happened at the time that it did.
I mean, immigration has always been a problem. The numbers, for example, Barack Obama, he also deported people, right? And people.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up.
But people don't, because he apparently people say that he did it the right way, even though he had the Enemies Act that did speedy deportations, I think, right? So.
First off, I'm glad you brought that up because that's a perfect encapsulation of why Trump's immigration policy is stupid. Let's talk about it. When you look at Barack Obama's numbers, 92% of the people that he deported under interior removals were convicted criminals. And of those 92%, 81% of them were considered by the government as the worst of the worst, the most dangerous terrorists, people that were inside of our country. We were rounding them up and we were getting them out of here. Hundreds of thousands of convicted violent criminals we were getting out. If you look at Trump's numbers per se, only 5% of the people that he's deported are actually convicted violent criminals. 47% of the numbers that he has haven't even been committed of a crime whatsoever. Trump's more focused on running into CVS and deporting a lady that speaks Spanish, or going on a job site, or going to a hospital to go nab a nurse that's just doing her job that's never convicted of a crime, instead of actually going to go round up violent terrorists inside our country. He's completely too stupid to find the real criminals that are inside of our country.
I think the Republicans or the Democrats are too stupid because they don't figure it out. They can't pass a legislation to fix immigration.
But that's a big pivot from what I just said, though.
No,
because what I said was the fact that we had a system in place in which we were deporting violent, dangerous people out of our country, hundreds of thousands of them, and now you're more focused on deporting a woman in CVS that speaks Spanish. That is stupid policy.
So why did Barack Obama say that he would also deport people that got into the country within the last few years? I think it was up to 3 years, despite their criminal record.
It was up to 2 years. Under Obama was 2 years.
Well, first off, even that is not necessarily the thing he brings up. Is not how that worked. There was something that they called expedited removals, in which half the deportations were people that were found within 14 days and were within 100 miles of the border. That was a big portion of his deportations. And that's something that we've been doing in this country for a long time. But when you're talking about the people that are apprehended by ICE, the people that we send and spend money to try to go and find people, we focus on violent, convicted criminals. You guys are focused on rounding up anybody and everybody you can, which makes us less safe, because the people that are the most happy by the Trump's immigration policy are the cartels, because he knows that they're not focused on them. They're more focused on going and raiding a Walmart than they are focused on getting violent people out of our country.
Yeah, and I agree with you, because there's a lot of people that innocent people that are getting caught on this immigration crackdown, and ICE crackdowns, right? But I feel like what ICE is doing, they have warrants for someone, right? And they use reasonable suspicion.
You're not listening. You're not listening.
Reasonable suspicion to
you didn't listen
ask
to a word
other
I just
people
said.
that are in the place.
You didn't listen to a word I just said. 47% of the people have no criminal charges whatsoever. You can't have a warrant without a charge. That doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to tell you, if you're here illegally, you're here illegally.
Correct.
And you can be apprehended.
Right. And so that's precisely my point. Yeah. The Republicans are more focused on rounding up some woman in CVS that speaks Spanish than actual terrorists. The violent people inside of our country, you don't give a shit about anymore because you're more focused on just going to find anybody you can to try to juice your numbers up. That's why your policy is so bad that nobody thinks you guys are doing a good job. That's why you guys just got clocked in Miami for the first time in 30 years. You lost
Miami, sir. Don't say that.
You lost a Miami marriage race for the first time in 30 years, didn't you?
Exactly.
Yeah,
you lost.
And I hope she does a good job. But
because people don't want Republican bullshit. That's why.
Let me say this, Isaiah. Like, you brought up Miami, but like I would be remiss if I let you leave out the historical flip that occurred in Georgia, the actual breaking up of the supermajority in Mississippi, and the flipping of seats in Ohio. It's not just Miami; it's all across the board. They're taking L's over and over and over because people are tired of their shit.
Miami, Virginia, Kentucky. I mean, they had 12 seats in the House of Delegates of Virginia that were held by Republicans that were considered flippable. The Republicans lost them all 12. They lost a governorship. They lost a lieutenant governorship. They lost attorney generalship. They're losing everywhere. The Republicans are like a carcass on the side of the street. Nobody wants that brand anymore because they're going up and they're doing stupid policies like rounding up people that are in a CVS instead of going after violent terrorists inside of our country. Republicans have no ground to ever talk on again about immigration because they're the worst for this country when it comes to keeping our people safe.
Hey, Tim,
but I mean, how would we know that these people, for example, you're saying that, they're rounding up people that are working in Walgreens speaking Spanish. How do we know these people don't have criminal histories in their home country if we don't have, them in the system?
Because the Department of Homeland Security literally looks at that. That's what they use. They use that to determine whether or not they have somebody that's been charged of a crime somewhere else. What I'm telling you are people that have not been charged of a crime in the United States or elsewhere. That's always been how we've been able to do things.
But are they getting due process? Because I know I've heard stories that immigrants are getting released too, and bond and people that are getting released.
You're not listening. Only 5% of the people we're deporting are convicted violent criminals. 5%. That means 95% are not. 95%. That means out of 100 people, 95% of them are not.
So are you saying that 95%?
Hold on 1 second. Let me hop in for here. Just 1 second. Two things really quick. W's in the chat for Rust Belt, who sent a $5 super chat, said, don't get pizza or tamales, get some potato and cheese pierogies, boiled and fried, smothered in butter and onions. Maybe I have pierogies in the freezer, so maybe. W's in the chat. I'm gonna step away for like half a second. I'll be listening, right? I'll have my mod powers here. But Isaiah, I'm gonna leave them with you for just a moment. I'm gonna go grab a cup of coffee.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, man, I just think that it is laughable anytime a conservative ever tries to bring up immigration, because the Republicans under Trump are the worst for immigration. We're less safe as a result. They don't know what the hell they're doing. We've got the most clueless people in the history of cluelessness that are running the system right now. I mean, it's so obvious to see if you know the numbers.
Yes. So you said 95 people that are. So 95% of the people that are, getting caught are innocent people, right?
Are being deported or convicted violent criminals.
So my thing is, so only 5% are criminals?
Convicted violent criminls. That's what I said.
So the thing is, why is there a lot of sources that say that 30% of the people locked up right now have crimes, in the United States or in their home country?
You didn't listen to what I just said. Too, right? You didn't listen to what I just said.
That matters too, right?
You didn't. Did you listen? I know ChatGPT might be new. You said 5% or easy. Of the people, have been convicted violent criminals.
Okay, so
5%.
Okay, so convicted violent criminals in the United States, right?
Convicted violent criminals in the United States or elsewhere.
Oh, elsewhere. That's a whole new thing, right?
So only 5%. So that's the point, is that you guys are not. So when Trump says that he's focused on rounding up violent people in our country, people need to know that 95% of the people that he's deporting are not that. They're not that. 5% is all that number is.
So you said violent. So do you think a misdemeanor is a crime?
Brother, am I speaking Spanish? Like, do you not understand me?
You're saying that 5% of the people that we're deporting, of 95% of the people that we're deporting are violent criminals.
Here's what I just said. 74 to 70% of the people that we are deporting have not been convicted of a crime at all. So only 25% of them have been convicted of a crime. Only 25%. And of that 25%, only 5% of the total number of the people that we're deporting have been convicted of a violent crime. I mean, I don't understand how much more simple I need to make this.
I see what you're saying now, but I mean, with Trump, right? A misdemeanor is a crime. I mean,
okay, so again,
wrong with it.
Again, that's your prerogative, and that's the position of Republicans. You want to go round up people that are in a CVS that speak Spanish, that have been here for whatever the amount of time is. You think that that is a bigger priority than violent terrorists that are in our country. I happen to believe that someone that's in the Sinaloa cartel that went out and unalived 10 people, I happen to think that that person is more dangerous than the woman that's in the CVS. I think that we should be deporting that person a lot more than we should be deporting the person that is just chilling in our country.
So I got a question. You said she's working at CVS and she's an immigrant, right? But she's not a violent immigrant. So my question is, how is she working at CVS if she doesn't have a social security? What I
believe is that for those people inside of our country that have been here for a long time, if they agree to pay an additional tax of 7% for 7 years, they haven't committed a crime here or elsewhere, then they should get access to American citizenship. I think that should be the way we should do that. We'll create billions of dollars for us. We can invest that into trade schools. We can invest that into training American workers right here at home. That makes a lot more sense than trying to go out and round up people and spend billions, if not trillions, to do it.
So people are saying that at I-10, right? I hope that people, know that with an I-10, you cannot get a legal status or legal permit to work in the United States. The only way that I-10 works is to pay taxes.
Let me make
as an immigrant.
Let me make this clear. You can get into the weeds with that all you want, but that's not the conversation at hand. If you're more focused on a woman or a man that has a job in this country, that's not committing a crime, that's not going out there and bothering other people, if you're more focused on that person than El Chapo's best friend, then you've got real issues and you're out of step with what the people of this country really want.
So the people that voted for Trump want violent criminals and immigrants out of this country.
Yes, they do. And you're only 5% of the people you're deporting are that. That's precisely the point. They want violent criminals out of our country, and you're not doing that. You're not getting violent people out of our country. You're letting them run around because you're not focused on them. That's you just precisely proved exactly why you lost in Miami, exactly why you lost in Kentucky, exactly why you lost in Virginia. You're losing because you're not doing what you said you would do.
You know why? I'll be honest with you because I live in Miami. Do you know why we lost in Miami? Because all the Cubans are now, fed up with Donald Trump and how he's treating them because they have been priority. But yeah, I agree with Trump. They have always been priority. If they're here for 1 year, they can claim legal residency. They can file for it. And
so you know what? And you know what? Like I said, you guys keep on pushing these policies. You're going to keep losing, period. And so, I just want you to understand that the reason why you're losing is because you're making us less safe. You're not focused on violent criminals. You're focused on rounding up people that have not committed a violent, dangerous crime in this country. That's why you're losing. The Republican Party is the worst on immigration that there ever has been.
Okay, so once the Democrats get into office, hopefully, in the future, and, all the things you're saying become actual things and, they stop cracking down innocent people. So would you want a closed border or like a controlled border, or do you want a wide open border?
I support having a strong border like we did under Obama, but that's not the point at hand.
Obama.
The point at hand is that you guys are not focused on violent criminals. We're focused on actually getting violent people out of our country, and that's a big difference. Anyway, Santana, this was fun. I think this guy is deep fried. He was talking
the text that I sent.
I did
making coffee.
I did. This guy came in with all this energy, all this chutzpah or whatever. He didn't know what the hell he's talking about, so I had to put him on the grill real quick.
Listen, I cooked you.
I've been listening the whole time. You got walk.
I cooked him.
You got walk.
Listen,
you see that bass is straight out of his voice. You see, you don't want to talk with him anymore.
Listen, I cooked him because he had to concede
man.
that,
I didn't concede shit to you.
Yeah, because you said
Not
that a
one
woman
thing.
working at CVS was illegally, so she's working here illegally.
I didn't concede one shit. What I
Wait,
said
so-
was, here's what I told you. I'm gonna cook you one last time. What I said was, if you're more focused on that lady in CVS than El Chapo's best friend, you are absolutely out of step with what people want in this country, and it's why you guys lose every fucking election you try
He
to
won
get
the big
into.
one.
And what's happened since then?
Exactly.
You can't win shit.
Loss.
The Democrats are going crazy.
Loss. Like literally every single general election, special election, like all of them. You guys are getting blown. Not only are you guys getting blown out, but the margins aren't even close. Like that's the shocking part to me. In the areas where it should be close, not even close.
All right, y'all. I'm going back. Unfortunately, I got to work today, so I'm going back to work. But
Go read your
I'll see
liberal
you.
books.
All right, peace, guys.
Go read your liberal books. Oh, yo, that's coffee with. Yeah, I fuck with it. So I got a question,
Give me
Santana.
a second though. Guys, Debbie's in the chat for Isaiah. Also, Debbie's in the chat for Crystal. Crystal sent a $5 donation saying, ask the guest if ICE has warrants for illegal criminals. Why are they also deporting and detaining U.S. citizens? Like that's a great point. Now, hold that thought for just a second, because we would like to know. Debbie's in the chat for Amanda, who sent a $1 donation saying, "Oh, sorry, Amanda, I missed it. Tell Isaiah he's been generous comparing Republicans to a carcass on the side of the road. I pray for a roadkill, not a Republican. Holy smokes!" And Debbie's in the chat for Martin for the $2 donation saying, the guest needs to learn facts. As of this week, ICE just deported another U.S.-born American citizen from Maryland. They went so far to say that the birth certificate and hospital records, along with the hospital staff statements, are fraud. Holy fuck. Or fraudulent. 22-year-old Carlos Dez Morales. That is crazy. That is crazy. Jeez. All right, guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links and Linktree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Everything is accepted and things appreciated. If you're over on the YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. If you're over on YouTube, make sure you like the stream. Like the stream, that'll help push it out. And also, you hit the thumbs up. If you're here, look up at the top. If you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. This is the main account and we're going to be on the main account for a while. So make sure you're following the main account. And also, can we knock out the gift goal? It's the High Bears. High Bears. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. Do not request up unless you are this person. Outside of this person, we are only looking for some debates. What up, Joey?
Hey, what up, Santana? Hey, brother, do you mind if I ask Peripheral here or Looks Max a question?
Joey. Take it.
Well, how do you say my? Okay, yeah, sure.
Hey, bro. First of all, I thought you had switched, but regardless, we'll stay on topic. You're bringing up the point when you were talking to Isaiah about that lady working under an ITIN number and how that's illegal, right? So why don't you have a problem with the president doing so? You don't have a problem with the companies that are taking advantage of the immigrant work, but your president is on record that people that were here undocumented using ITIN numbers worked for him. What's up, bro?
I mean, that's history, right?
Others would call that facts, but yes.
Mm-hmm. And Trump being a criminal or whatever you want to call him, he's a citizen. It's different, right?
What does that have to do with any? What?
You said something about Trump and him being a criminal, didn't you?
No, that might just be a Freudian slip from you. You're just admitting to something. I didn't mention criminal at all.
Listen, I got a question, Joey. Is working with an ITIN illegal? Like, for example, him claiming that, this woman in Walgreens is working. So is she working there illegally or illegally?
So,
if she doesn't have
so
a
it's
permit?
not, right? So you could be self-employed. You can be a contractor that works under an I-9 with an ITIN number to file taxes. ITIN is solely to file taxes. It's not work authorization. But again, you're pointing the finger at the wrong person, right? You're mad at the people that want to work, you want to pay taxes, instead of being mad at the companies that are doing the hiring, right? They still have to go through a process. They still have to fill out an application. They're still going about it. They're not being paid less. That's illegal, right? Because they're still getting a paycheck. They're still paying taxes through payroll.
So I mean, these companies. I think Trump has cracked down on a lot of these companies, right? Hasn't he? Rated them and stuff. Like, you know, that Hyundai or whatever.
Okay, hold on. So let me hop in for that one. When it comes to Hyundai, the actual immigration raid or the ICE raids, one, were absolutely asinine because Donald Trump had been begging other countries to invest within the U.S. and South Korea did just that, and not only invested within in the U.S., but they literally sent their people to the Hyundai factory to help not only speed up the training, but make sure everything was set and good for running. And when they actually did that, they arrested or detained like 400 or 500 people, and most of them were actual South Korean citizens who had been shipped, or not shipped, but sent here in order to get the facility up and running, which then hurt the actual investment that South Korea had in the United States. So literally, with doing this, there was no mass, amount of undocumented immigrants working there, and he did nothing but harm the actual agreement we had in place with South Korea.
I mean, if they were here legally, they could have stayed, but we decided to deport them because they had a permit or something, right? A working permit.
Yeah, that's being here legally, bud.
Wait, are you saying that a work permit gives you a legal document to be in this country?
Yes, it was legal. It was legal for them to be here. They legally came here in order to support the factory that was being opened by Hyundai.
And so they were from South Korea, right? Or where were they from?
Yes, South Korea. I just said that.
So if they were from South Korea, didn't the president want them returned or something?
Yes, the president of South Korea got upset and said he wanted all of his people to come back instead of staying there to continue to help get the plant open.
Yeah, and Trump ordered them to be released. I remember that when Trump said,
"Okay,
we need to release these people."
You're the one that just brought this up. So then, what are you talking about?
But there were some of the people there that were working in that factory. They were also here illegally, not just those people,
but the majority of people that were detained were actual workers sent from South Korea.
Yeah, and they were going to be released, but I guess the South Korean president wanted them back because they were, I guess cuffed illegally or, detained illegally. But that's not the point. The point I'm trying to say is that, these people, while, good people were caught in the process, there was bad people also caught in the process,
Joey?
What do you mean bad people?
People
they
that
weren't
are
criminals, dude.
illegal.
Isaiah just walked you on the fact that the people that are getting detained have have a high percentage of non-violent criminal records, right? I believe he said 5% were the ones that had violent criminal records. And then your rebuttal was, well, isn't a misdemeanor a crime? Yes, but the point being is a violent criminal record here.
So I have a question. So are we saying that a crime is not only is a crime when it's violent?
No, dude. I'll even concede to the fact that coming here is a crime, right? Because it's a misdemeanor for sure. But it depends on how you enforce the law on said misdemeanors, right? Santana brings this up a lot. It's a higher price to pay if you loiter while on the highway than it is to come here undocumented. So
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joey.
No, so I was just gonna say it's on how you enforce it. That's my point.
And plus, I was just going to say, I mean, Donald Trump literally ran on getting violent criminals out of the country. And so when people talk about violent criminals, it's because that was the stage that was set by the Trump administration. And even more so, they continue to say criminals. And then they tried to shift what a criminal was and move it to, well, if you're crossing the border, you're a criminal. So like he ran on violent crimes and then shifted the goalposts once he was elected.
Wait, so don't you think people crossing the border without the right process, don't you think they're a threat to national security because we don't have a control over the border and we don't know what's coming in through the border if we don't know about them until,
again, I'm a little bit different than everyone else. I don't really give a shit because like when you talk about, no, I mean, you want me to know, like I'm being honest. I don't give a shit, right? One, the United States, we're not importing crime. Like that's the funny thing. We're not importing crime. Like we are number one in crime. Like when you talk about the amount of mass unalivings, no one in the world does mass unalivings like the United States of America. So I'm not worried about the people that are coming here that are criminals. We have enough criminals within our own country. Hell, we have a criminal running our country. So that's why I really don't give a shit. But when you talk about the people that are looking across the border, I say this all the time. I moved from South Carolina to Washington State, right? And this is when, this was in 2021. So I was that 4 years ago now? I was 34. I had a place to live. I had already had a place to live set up. I had a job lined up, all this other stuff. And I drove across the country. And it was still the scariest thing that I've ever done in my life. As a 34-year-old, in order to drive across the country to a new place with a secure job, a place to live, all this other stuff. Yeah. And you're telling me that these immigrants are traveling hundreds or thousands of miles with no security, no assurance that they're going to be able to get into the country, to be able to have any place to stay, like all of these things. If a person is willing to put their lives on the line and try to make a better life for themselves, to get to a country and make a better life, I say we welcome them. Open our arms, let them all in, and let's get them in here and make them an active member of society. I don't care.
I agree with you. And do you think they should come through a port of entry, or
I don't give a shit.
Just you don't give a shit?
No, because again, so there's two different things at play here. One is my personal opinion. Two is what's within the realm of legality. Personally speaking, I don't give a shit. Like, borders are made up, and it's all fucking Turtle Island, so whatever. But number two, if you talk about did you say wow?
Yeah, because you said borders are like
made up. They're literally made up.
That's great. So do you think we own Canada? Do you think we're Canada now?
No, borders are made up. Do you think borders aren't made up?
I mean, the lines are made up, but borders exist.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't really give a shit. I don't really give a shit. But the point that I'm making is when you talk about the actual morality versus the legality, those are two different things. Legally, I'm perfectly fine with letting people in. I don't care how many people. I don't want a cap on it. I don't care how many people come in. I will say that for legal purposes, if they have to come in and they have to do like a background check, cool. It shouldn't take years for people to be able to not only gain access, but gain citizenship. It should be a faster process. So if we can figure out a way to address the process, I'm perfectly fine with it.
Yeah. Yeah, Joey, go ahead. Go ahead.
I wanted to make this a point to you, Priv, because you were talking about how Timmy. All right, Timmy. How you're saying they're not importing crime, right? We know that he imported actually family of the El Chapo cartel, but a lesser known person is actually Dahoud Khanid Ortiz, right? This happened earlier in his term. This was a Venezuelan dual citizen that he unalived 3 people in Spain. He was serving his sentence in Venezuela. The president brought him over on a prison exchange program. By the way, he could have put him in prison. He didn't. He completely released them out on the road, right? And the Biden administration had the chance to bring this guy over too. And they said, F that, we're not bringing him over because this dude was a triple unaliver. So you're saying that we're not importing crime, but we quite frankly are. This is a campaign. This is a party of importing crime.
The only reason why they imported El Chapo was because they, I think they proposed to the United States that they would cooperate with law enforcement on, the cartels, right? Wasn't that the right?
Well, El Chapo was already here. The people that were brought in were his family. And they made the claim that it was because they helped in, I believe, the capture of El Mayo Zambada. But reports came out that I don't think that was necessarily true.
Okay. So I think his son is in this country, right? But he's locked up that we imported him here too.
His son and I don't remember the other 16 others, and then including his son, so 17.
I mean, what do you guys think though? Like, let's say if I go into a country, right? Let's say I go to Mexico. A lot of people should know their rights, should know their laws in the country, right? So what about the people that come into the country and, they know that they come in the wrong way? Do you think we should just let them be in this country? So do you think we should incentivize, illegal immigration into the country?
We're not incentivizing that.
But I mean, Santana just said he doesn't give a hell.
Yeah, that's not incentivizing.
That's my personal yeah, exactly. That's my personal perspective. And also, like, if you want to actually do something about it, I believe in mass amnesty, right? If we actually targeted mass amnesty instead of focusing on mass deportation, not only would it cost less money, it would allow these people to become active members of society, which would boost our overall country economy and you know, take care of a lot of the issues that people talk about, right? Because offering mass amnesty would give people not only a legal pathway to citizenship, but give us an opportunity to do like background checks and screen people and know exactly how many people are here, like all these things. And then from that point, we can create a stronger baseline, right? A stronger actual baseline where we sit here and say like, oh, you know, this is the type of people that we're going to accept in, or this is what we're going to do. And then from there, we actually create the path forward. So like none of that makes sense, right? It's easier to do the mass amnesty than it is to actually do mass deportation. And that's where I'm trying to go.
It saves us money, by the way.
So, and it probably does affect the economy, right? Because these immigrants, at the end of the day, they're paying, you know, sales tax and everything. But we cannot, you know, let all these people in the country and, you know, just let them be in the country, right? We should process them. And, you know, a lot of people like Barack Obama, he deported people that were here within like the last 2 years, like you said, right? So the people that have been here for a long time, they should be able to stay in this country. I don't have a problem with that. That's not what
Trump is doing. Trump is directly like, it's a scatter shot. It's any and everyone. But give me a second. Dean, what's going on? I was literally just about to text you.
Oh, no, Dean is about to kick me. I got to go, guys.
No, don't run.
No, Prep
Don't run.
Oh my God, dude. I just have to be on the panel, and he just...
Not you scaring them off. What in the world?
Dude, that's crazy. So, this is like truly embarrassing for him. The reason why I requested up is because the day before Christmas Eve, I got banned for misinformation, but then the appeal got approved, but I was still experiencing some issues of not being able to go live with access to the guest request and not being able to request on anybody else's live either. So I literally just hopped in your queue and I was about to send you a message just to like test to see if my account still has that weird glitch on it. I didn't even come up here to debate him. It was just, you know, running a quick test. And,
you know what's funny? So he talked to Isaiah and then he talked to Joey. He's been talking to me, but as soon as you get up here, he said, fuck that.
Dude, okay, that's Looks Max, right? That's that's him, right?
Yeah.
No, is it?
Okay.
Yeah. I think so. I could tell by
the other day I had him debating another MAGA supporter, and he said that he completely changed his mind because of the Lake Michigan thing that came out, right? And then I see him back on this. He was talking to Mermaid, and I'm like, Mermaid, is this him? And I believe she said she thought, but we weren't sure. But Dean's saying yes, so I think so too.
Oh, I don't think I've seen people like talk to him, but I have never spoken with him. So or Looks Max or whatever. Yeah. Good job, Dean. Breaking the toys.
Yeah, sorry for scaring him away. Like I said, I was just testing out my my account, seeing if I still had a weird glitch on it or not. And I mean, it looks fixed, but you know, my bad, guys.
Yeah. I was gonna text you, and I was just about to say, when are you going live?
Oh, here in like 5 or 10 minutes. Just need to draft up a YouTube title, then I'm hopping on.
You want to hang out until you get it ready, and then I'll send you a raid, because I was gonna hold tight until you were live.
Yeah, sure, dude. I'll hang out for a second. Sounds good to me, man.
All right, brother. I'll step down.
Really quick, Dean, have you met Joey, or have you seen Joey?
No, I haven't.
I know this is his backup account, so
yeah, the main one got. I get multi-guest access tonight, but at 1:30, so technically tomorrow. But Dean, I'm a fanboy here. Been following you for a minute on the main account. And I love your stuff, man. You do some good work. So
Joey's dope, Dean.
Well, I could tell by you being on the panel that you know, I love your stuff too, dude. You do some good work as well.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome, man. I like these interactions to happen organically. I was just talking about you last night. I was like, you know, if it happens, it happens. I haven't had the pleasure to be on a panel. Well, we have, but we didn't talk that day. It was when Santana, we were talking to that Latina girl. I don't remember her name, but we were all there. But dude, pleasure to meet you. And appreciate you, Santana, for letting me up.
Joey.
I'm gonna get going because I gotta get some dishes and then I gotta go pick up the kids. So
yeah. Have a good one.
Y'all take care.
All right, guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, gift Dean, do all the wonderful things. Let's see here.
How was your Christmas, Santana?
It was good. So we hung out with the wife's family. You know what? Again, I was going to text you because we had Ethiopian food. And you said you've never had Ethiopian food, right?
No, yeah, I haven't.
I was sitting there literally thinking, because I was texting Parker and I started thinking about you and I was like, I think you would actually enjoy it. Like, I think that would be up your alley.
Cool, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I had a pretty good Christmas as well, by the looks of it. You did too.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is like too TMI. I don't think it is. But one thing that my girlfriend got for me yesterday that I'm super happy about is I have this, I don't know if it's called a condition. It probably is. I forget the medical name for it, but I basically sweat so much. Yeah, it's a genetic thing. My mom has it. Not my mom. My dad has it. My sister has it. It's a genetic thing. And one thing that my girlfriend got me for Christmas is this like incredibly expensive deodorant called Carpe. And it's like the one last thing that I'm going to try before I get literal Botox injections into different parts of my bodies to stop me sweating. And so far it's been working great. Hyperhidrosis is quite the thing to deal with.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's dope. I know you talked about it before, and then all these lights and all the other stuff, it has to make it even worse. So, Mello, are you a Trump supporter?
I actually requested before you said no Trump supporter or only Trump supporters, but I did want to ask. I support y'all all the time, love y'all stuff. But wanted to ask, what do you think a world would look like if Trump supporters and Trump and MAGA just got the fuck out of the way?
Okay. Yeah, no, listen, I'll speak to that. Thank you for coming up. I'll answer the question though, because that's a good point. And guys, again, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. Please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We're only looking for some debates. And I'll say it, I think that if there were a world where, and I've said this as a whole, I think that the reason why we haven't progressed more as an American society is because of the back and forth and the constant conservatives wanting to keep us stagnant. And so I think we would progress a lot more. Hi, are you a Trump supporter?
Nah, I'm a friendly man. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Again, guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. I don't know if he's gonna load. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna load. Debbie's in the chat for Libby. Libby sent a $15 donation. Libby said, Dean broke your toy. Dean absolutely did. Debbie's in the chat for Libby. Thank you for the 15. Hi, are you a Trump supporter?
No, I hit the button by accident.
No worries, thank you. Dean, you absolutely broke my toy.
Dude, I'm sorry about that.
Debbie's in the chat for Martin for the $2 donation saying, hey, Santana, Dean should definitely check out the story about the 22-year-old Maryland citizen. Have you heard about that one? The 22-year-old apparently, not only did they not accept his birth certificate, but they didn't accept the birth records from the hospital or the sworn testimony, and they still deported him.
Jesus, what?
Yeah, 22-year-old man from Maryland. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. That's nuts.
Yeah. Hi, are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah.
All right. A little bit of sound in the background. How is it that you are still supporting Donald Trump to this day when he's literally the most harmful president we've ever had in recent United States history?
6'7". Shit, I just lost.
Okay. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna drop you because, like, one, you're playing video games and the music.
Oh shit, no, it was an accident, but I do want to say you changed people's minds, including my American husband. I'm from New Zealand. Both of you have done it, so thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Guys, again, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. Please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. W's in the chat for Janelle, who sent a $5 super chat to say, is the caller cool with pardoning J6ers? The one who entered the Capitol and broke the federal law. Like, they will always champion for J6ers. It's weird. It's weird. Guys, if anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. And also show Dean some love while he's up here, guys. Please, please, please make sure we're showing Dean some love. All right, American Advocate. Have you spoken with Dean? Do you know anything about, like, have you had a chance to speak with him yet? Because you normally say some, like, indefensible shit.
No.
Okay. Would you like to tell us why you, this guy right here, I don't know, Dean. Yeah. Tell us why you still support Trump.
Yeah, so, because, we had the lowest gas prices in 90 years.
And did you say 90 or 9?
He said 90.
No, it's been 90, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, that's just bullshit.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, from my sources, it's confirmed it.
You don't have a source for that.
Well, the New York Post said it.
I don't believe you. Like the New York Post is crazy shit. They're really far to the right, but I don't believe that they'd report we have the lowest gas prices since the Great Depression. What is the name of the New York Post's article? He left. Well, I mean, why would he try to lie about that?
I don't know.
Just like,
it's like he says the wildest shit.
That's like a ridiculous lie.
But see, that's the type of, like, Trump supporters I end up getting. They, like, lean into the grandioso lies. Wash, are you a Trump supporter? So I'm going to take that as a yes. Hi, are you a Trump supporter? That girl OB, are you a Trump supporter? Okay. Just came up and went on mute. That's weird. Sports edits, you're not getting up here. You're a troll. You might as well get out the box. Hi, are you a Trump supporter? Doug, are you okay? I'm gonna drop you. All right, Dean. Officially, you've scared them all off. Why'd you kick me? Because you were talking about some type of, like, you were talking about a video game, and you were also, like, not engaging. Hi, are you a Trump supporter?
I am.
Dean. All right, Dean. Have you and I think you and I spoke before, right?
Yeah, I'm a drop.
Oh, why? You don't want to talk to Dean?
Because I admitted to you afterwards that I wasn't truly a Trump
supporter. Yeah. You used to be MAGA and you're not MAGA anymore. Got it. All right. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, that was a guy I had a pretty good conversation with, and he ended up changing his perspective based off of the overall conversation. So, and now he's back.
I want to talk to this. What's this guy's name? American?
Yeah. All right,
American.
Can you hear me?
Barely.
Yeah. So I have to expose the entire grifting by you guys. You guys are scamming, everybody.
Wait, what's that?
And what you guys have done to Brock is horrible. I mean, you forced him off the app.
What?
I can't hear you. Like you're speaking pretty muffled.
Oh yeah, I'm in my car right now. I think that might be why.
Are you driving?
Yeah, I'm driving.
Okay, I'm gonna have to kick you. You can't be on TikTok while driving. I don't know. There. Oh, wait.
Listen, I'm with the Huss right now. I'm down to debate you guys later, but you guys can.
Why'd you run from Dean?
I don't gotta run from the little
How
boy.
many times has Dean cooked you?
None. He debates me with not common sense.
I was hoping that you'd say like too many to count, right? Because you can't count. Get it? It's a joke about your reposts.
You're funny.
About
you have a
like
brother.
learning like one,
Liberals
two,
don't know how
three, four,
brothers.
five.
Do you not have
You know,
a brother?
or like the shapes. You know, like the star, the triangle.
Do you have a brother, or
the-
the liberals don't got brothers? What's going
No,
on?
I have a brother.
I let my brother use my phone. I let my
Does
brother use my phone.
your 4-year-old brother help you learn your shapes?
Nah, but he helps me be smarter than you because he's smarter than you apparently because he knows how to repost at the age of 6. Do you know how to talk?
Are you trying to blame your repost on your younger brother?
He does repost shit on my other account. Look at the time. It's 2023. Crazy. He's smart. He has like higher IQ than Dean apparently. But listen, can we take a moment of silence for President Trump because he has no tax on tips? So anything that you guys get on TikTok gets not taxed. So can we?
That's not true.
Dean, come on, Dean. Even
Don't worry. I've
Dean,
already,
you're lying to me.
I've already verified.
You're already verified. But listen, just wait. You're not gonna get taxed on TikTok tips. So be thankful.
Did you see what the IRS put out?
That's not true.
It is true, actually.
I've already had my accountant has already looked into that. It's just not true.
Because you're bigger than most of these guys, right? You're getting more than $25,000 of tips. So you're not getting taxed on anything lower than $25,000. So Santana, can we take a moment of silence to thank President King Trump? Actually,
Did you see the notice that was put out by the IRS about the 2026 tax documents?
No, dude, but I know because
Would you like to know what the IRS said?
Millie didn't get taxed on her tips, and I believe her.
Sure. Do you want to know what the IRS said?
Sure.
The IRS said that there will be no changes to the actual tax form from 2025 to 2026, and it's not a standard line deduction with the no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. So at least for the 2026 tax season, the no tax on tips, no tax on overtime is not something that's going to be able to be claimed.
So only for 2026, but for the next 3 years, it's going to be.
They have to adjust the tax form, but also it was only supposed to be for a 2-year period as well. So like there's that.
Is that why you guys are pissed off on Donald Trump? I got a question. Because no tax on tips isn't a thing no more. Is that why?
No. I mean,
I think so.
Donald Trump is literally the worst president in United States history.
No, I think that's why, because Dean is actually now telling his fans to go to his PayPal Venmo, like he knows how to say it quickly because he gets he doesn't get taxed on that. And
why did you?
He gets 100% of
back
it.
up the pocket watch?
No, because I know you guys are pissed off on no tax on tips on TikTok. You guys used to love it, but not anymore.
It seemed like you just came up to be weird and like pocket watching. I'm not sure why you did that, but anyway, W's in the chat for Nikki for the 10. Thank you so much for the 10, and thank you for standing up for immigrants, of course, always. W's in the chat for Nina for the $5 super chat to say, yeah, a 20-year-old woman from Maryland. Oh, okay, it was a woman that was detained. I'm sorry, I thought it was a guy. W's in the chat for the 5. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Santana speaks for you, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Also, if you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat. And guys, show Dean some love while he's up here. Please, please, please make sure we're showing Dean some love.
I just got back. While I was away, I heard that the guest was saying something like, "Oh, I bet what his viewers don't know." What were you saying?
That I bet your viewers don't know that you actually probably get 100% of the donations through PayPal and Venmo, but not on TikTok. So that's why you incentivize them to go to your bio. Or am I wrong?
Oh,
it's pocket watching, by the way. Yes.
Yeah, you are wrong because they do know that.
So do your fans know that though?
Yeah.
So are you? So my claim, before
because I say that.
Yeah, and my claim
because I literally say on my live stream, I only get 30% of my donations through TikTok and YouTube Super Chat. So if you want me to get 100% of the proceeds, go to the Venmo, PayPal in my bio. Yeah, I literally do say that.
I got a question for you, Dean. Since you incentivize them to go to your bios if they want to support you, are you technically a Make-A-Wish kid?
What? Well, first and foremost, I think that it's really gross and disgusting when you try to use this line. So it's because there's chronically ill children that die at the age of 5, right? That have access to Make-A-Wish. So when you attempt to use that phrase, Make-A-Wish kid, as some type of derogatory insult, in all reality, it's not really insulting to me. But it is insulting to like the families of these chronically ill children that they had to watch die from cancer at 4.5 years old. So
I'll say a GoFundMe. Are you a GoFundMe now?
So I mean, that's why I think that's incredibly insulting.
Don't make me look like a bad person though, because
Well, that wasn't
you
that
said
just
the
was a
weird
bad
shit.
thing to say, right?
that was
You know, I think that's
sarcasm though,
insulting.
and it's funny. People find it funny.
I
No
don't.
one
I
thought
just
that was funny.
I do find it like incredibly insulting to the families of the children that they've had to watch die.
I mean, all you can do is donate, right? Can we do something about it? I mean, hopefully I wish we could.
So what you could do is like just not like insult them.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the actual people that hurt him. If the people that found it funny, I guess it doesn't
Or
matter.
you can also like not support a president who literally is cutting funds to cancer research. I mean, that's another way. Like, stop supporting a harmful person that's actively harming kids. That's a great way.
But
So
hey,
the thing is,
I'm
right,
not on live.
Yeah, stop for a second, Timmy. All right, Dean. Yeah, shoot me a text when you're good, and I'll send you over a rate.
Cool, man. You take care.
Yeah, appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you.
Anyway, you were saying, Timmy.
So Santana, right? I'm a man that stands my ground, right? Like if I did something, I'm gonna stand on it, and I'm not gonna change my mind until I can change my mind, right? So me supporting President Trump is because I voted for him, right? I'm not gonna be a childish person and a dumb person to say, oh, I voted for him.
The B-U-M-B word, that's ableist.
Okay, so now I'm like dumb and I don't support him.
I said don't say the D-U-M-B. That's ableist, and you said it again.
My bad. So like I said, what can I do now? I voted for him, and me not supporting him no more. What is that gonna do? Is that gonna get him out of office? No, right? So.
Well, no. So what it'll do, we have the midterm elections coming up, and it would actually incentivize people to turn away from someone that's ultimately harmful. Right, you can advocate to be on the right side of history. You can directly redirect anyone that could be in your area, especially in Florida, that's willfully harming American citizens and children by voting for Donald Trump. You can advocate for them to get on the right side of history. Again, we have the midterm elections coming up. That's super important. So while you can't do anything about your vote that you've already cast, you can do something about this upcoming election that's months away.
So the thing is, right, I mean, what you're doing is, a good thing because you're advocating for change, and I respect that. But as a citizen, I vote based on what affects me, right? So you advocating for it does a lot. But, people that are actually voting, they vote because of their own, perspectives. They don't vote because you tell them, right? I
voted on a lot of misinformation, disinformation, and things that they can't actually quantify. Like, people voted based off of feelings and lies. Donald Trump, again, when we're talking about immigration, Donald Trump said that he was going to target people that were violent criminals. And then once he got in office, he switched that to just any and everyone. So like, you can advocate for holding him accountable and getting people in office that will hold him accountable. So there's a huge difference.
So the thing is, right, you're going by morality because, you're telling me that, these people that have committed no crimes, they should not be deported, right? But according to the law, it says that these people that, yes, have came in through, the border illegally can be deported, right? So it's morality against, the law, right? And the law says something and your moralities say something else. So, my moralities are, you help people, but at the same time, respect the country, right? Respect the laws. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, morality is subjective. I don't really give a shit about morals. What I will say is that Donald Trump is violating the law, and even the Supreme Court is saying that he's violating the law. That's what it boils down to. Anyway, that being said, Timmy, I'm gonna go ahead and move on. I appreciate you coming up.
Have a good day.
Yeah. Gubby's in the chat for Amanda. Amanda sent a $5 donation. Thank you for advocating for those with no voice. It hurts so much when these idiots say that it's rare and it doesn't happen to citizens. My boyfriend was detained for 4 days. No due process. They told him his ID was fake and demanded a birth certificate. He hasn't been the same since. Exactly. And that's why I say things like stop and frisk is so harmful, because not only is it harmful in the moment that it's happening, but it's harmful as far as the overall impacts and the way that it continues to live within people. Like, I think that there's a whole piece of the humanity puzzle that's being missed. So there's that. Anyway, guys, Dean is live, so we're gonna go ahead and send him a raid. We're gonna go over and raid Dean. I'm gonna call it for today. I may be back this evening. I'm not exactly sure. but I'm going to call it here. So, guys, if you are excited about some debates, head over to Dean Withers. Dean Withers, go send Dean a Santana raid. We're going to go ahead and get out of here.
You stepped in the box, now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here, you better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts like lies, get left in chain. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats and get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit.
Hey, guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up over on YouTube before you guys leave. Make sure you like the stream. It'll help push it out. Look up at the top, 1.8 of us still hanging out. If you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. Hit that follow button, turn on your notifications. I go live every day, and we're on the main account for the next couple of days. So make sure you hit that follow button here. Guys, I may be back this evening. I'm not exactly sure. We'll see. But if you, again, we're going to go raid Dean Withers, Santana raid over at Dean. Guys, thank you for all the likes, the gifts, the taps, the shares. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for all the love. I appreciate each and every one of you. I will see you all tomorrow. And as always,